Yo, peace and black power. It's your brother Knowledge for live. Do the Knowledge Radio. The place where knowledge is born.
Knowledge Radio.
This is 3K.
Think tank.
This is 3K. Hey. This is 3K.
I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. Who ran, who ducked, who down, return fire. We're the warriors, the healers, enlighten us. I'm tired of the same old, that game old with an upgrade. I'm a sunbathed in the sun rays while my guns blaze and they complain. Devil, my level not attainable. My metal, not malleable. I'm a man, didn't need that manual. Reparations is incalculable. Yeah, we wanted in blood, dead in the begging, head in the beheading, metal to the meddling. Members is aggressive, getting to the Armageddon. Karma, seem calmer when it comes to retribution. Caliber, catalyst in my clips and I use them on traitors and haters and the ones that spread confusion. Cause the devil's playground wasn't built for our amusement. Ay, meet me at the guard hour. Ay, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. Impenetrable armor, Orient aura. This story, this saga, get gory before it get calmer. Keep holding that revolutionary posture. 85 gon' dip and dodge it, but when they get monster, they turn into MC Light, earrings, and become door knockers. I'm irate, they pirate the culture, send them to Davy Jones' locker. It's okay. Let them think that you lost it. Be patient, this type of thing you can't force it. Play possum, but nah, not know what the road. Then they can't comprehend cause the language is coded. We plan ideas and we plan explosives. Make your pockets go for more bits or more bread. The portal done open, they can't close it. You ain't got a sideline, you could cause more risk. No set birth date, no Dorian Gray portraits. It's about to get ugly and these devils can't forfeit. Ancestral memory, so no, I won't forget. What we building is an impenetrable fortress for show. Every show is just like a core ship, and my flow for show tighter than your gal's corset. It's okay. We are the source, you can't outsource it. Even Spartans don't want no parts, Nev. What do you know? Before you know it, 3,000 wild Africans at your doorstep. Hey, meet me at the guard hour. Hey, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. No, we will not cower while the rest they play safe. We will move with God's power. This is not for play. Honor my ancestors, play the Orient day. Peace to you, loved ones, stay dangerous and stay safe. AKAs and AKs coming to make their caves cave. Wreck the race like take case, stay dangerous and stay
Two
safe.
brothers just walk up on me, and they're just like, you know, you can just see the hunger in their eyes. Like as soon as you know what I mean? They was like, yo, you know, we a group, and we think that you would fuck with us, and you know, I'm telling you, like, we nice, and just give us a fucking chance type of shit, you know?
Go.
Yo, Dito.
Yo, peace, bro.
Yo, peace to God. Yo, check this out, man. You ain't gonna believe what happened, man. We was on the Sapo radio, right? And this cat called in talking crazy, man. He was talking real crazy. I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? He's like, yo, man, I never ever call and ask you to play something for me. You know what you wanted to hear?
What do you want to do?
Yo, he was like, yo, I want to hear that gun blow. I was like, that gun blow? He's like, yeah, man, off that new Chase Black album, man, that gun blow. I was like, how it go? He was like, my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow.
Ain't scared of no man. Knife skills, gun work, plus power in both hands. Riding in the Broham, styling off slow jams. I got the knife at the end of my barrel in case the toast jam. I used to sit OE, wild out in whole heat. Now I stay OT, black power with mo heat. Moving through the storm, crew through the swarm. Pointing pistols at pigs, painting their uniforms. with the Mac 10. I sever cracker limbs. But Monty, that's my brother, we something like twins. He'll beat you to a poke, me, I stab you in the throat. Magnum on the foe, straight tagging the cracker toe. Calico, let him know. Step in my gather blow, leave you scattered on the floor as I walk up casual. I'm God, ain't talking about that sucker in the sky. When that beef pop off, I could be that other guy. I'm a killer, a cutthroat, warlord strapped with that fofo. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. I'm a killer, a cutthroat, a warlord strapped with that fofo. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. Willie clap, no question. Chrome cracker corrector, black baby protector. I keep that weapon. Street taught lessons. My pen possessed by the ghost of Mark Essex. Murderous journalist, homicide author. Colin Ferguson on the side of my altar. A Mac named Martha, my pump Miss Parker. Beretta call her Brenda, Regina my revolver. 2 twin nines, Nina and Simone. I never keep them alone. Don't make them sing you a song. I was running through houses, peeling off thousands. Caught a case in 05, they took me to the mountains. Came back counting papers, haters dumbfounded. Plates of grilled salmon with Lady Black lounging. Sipping on spring water, fresh from a fountain. But still pull that thing with the aim of a falcon. I'm a killer, a cutthroat, warlord strapped with that fofo. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. I'm a killer, a cutthroat, a warlord strapped with that fofo. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow.
Yeah, the type of wounds that you can't put pressure on. Got you nodding your noggin, audio methadone. Everywhere I step, the machete go. Everywhere else is the fully or the semi though. UFC got white boys signing up for MMA. I ain't the type to pepper spray, I got the trunk pepper lay. Pew, another devil gone. Did them like green, had to throw them off the roof. Gentrified the hood and felt comfy. Cracker, I want your life, you could keep your money. Matter of fact, I'ma charge you tax. The slugs was free, but you gotta pay for me to detail my act. Still feeling killer, may drive by on the track. Hop out, take the stacks and straight flush the crack. Love is love, but the hate permeates. Piece it up, don't let the guard you now determine fate. I'm a killer,
a cutthroat, warlord strapped with that fofo. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. You know my gun blow, you know my gun blow. I'm a killer, a cutthroat, a warlord.
It's Dito and the Deacons, a defense in the booth. The Vanguard, man squad, you sweet as tiramisu. Tell you the truth, I don't care for gays. My view, got more balls in your mouth than an NBA hoop. Slick lines for sick minds, these Negroes are this kind. Watching The Walking Dead, heard you would cry if Rick died. How about crossbow arrows go right through Daryl? A 12-gauge shotgun barrels blasted Carol. Listen, TV stands for terrible vision. You could like it, try to live it, now you no longer living. The F's that I'm giving, like follow freedom, future and finish, or related to the actions that we needing for difference. Find the blackest place in your mind to follow your part, and lead you to the place to accept freedom or farce. Choose right and build the future, but before that can start, there's an enemy to finish. You can aim for his heart.
Do the Knowledge Radio, right, is has been a beautiful platform for me because I like to go on platforms, and at the time, I didn't know his background as far as the Israelites. For me, he's a brother, hits me up, we're gonna do this. And then when I start politicking and then I see his background, it just made the connection like more beautiful. If I could just highlight what makes How to Share Your Man a funny lecture is because I did that lecture because a woman didn't know how to share her man. That's why I did the lecture. And I said if she knew how to share her man, she wouldn't have no problem. That's what sparked it. And at a time when it was supposed to be my downfall over a disagreement with a woman, Brother Knowledge stood with me. Other sisters stood with me. Everybody stood with me because they knew it wasn't what was being said about me. And so it created a bond. So from that moment, Due to Knowledge was like an extension of Israelite Vibes. It was like an extension of Cross the Line Radio. It was like an extension of me in the sense that I always knew that that was a home for me. And it was always a place that I would always come to, have good conversations, get good builds. I was allowed to interview Killer Priest through that connection. So Due to Knowledge Radio, if y'all haven't liked, subscribed, been on the platform, y'all definitely want to get on that platform and promote it because it's a hell of a platform to get your point across, get your wisdom out, get your understanding, get your belief out.
Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. It's your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We here in the building on the Knowledge Knowledge Versary. You understand? Have you not heard that your words shall be bond, regardless to whom or what? And I'm here in the building, man. I'm feeling the love, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm feeling the love, man. August 29th. Happy born day to my little sister. Happy born day to the late great Michael Jackson. And happy born day to Do the Knowledge Radio. You understand what I'm saying? Do the Knowledge Radio. Through all of the twists and the turns, through the sojourn, through the trials, the tribulations, we still here, still rocking. So tell somebody I'll be live, we'll be on here for a couple hours today, and then motivate. I'm gonna bring in my brother, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring in my brother. The brother who had enough foresight, insight, and vision to, feature me in the cinematic video. That was my first video. You understand what I'm saying? Came all the way home, came all the way back home after being all over the world to be in my first video with my brother, man. You understand what I'm saying? A magnificent talent, a mastermind, a master researcher, and a truth teller and a truth seeker. You understand what I'm saying? I don't always like it, but I always love it and respect it. You understand what I'm saying? So he gave me, a double dosage of Jersey dopeness at all times. A master behind the camera and the master in front of the camera. One who enthralls the minds of the seekers of the truth and give it to them straight like that. My brother, my Jersey comrade, a child of the revolution, here today to kick this off. You understand? My brother, the pragmatic, Shay Black, is in the building.
Peace. All sound good.
Good, man. Mike sounds nice. Check 1, check 2. You know what I'm saying?
Word them up. word them up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How you be, man? How the God be, man?
Glorious to be here, to be celebrating and sharing your anniversary with you. You know what I'm saying? Through the Knowledge Radio. It's a pleasure right now. You know what I mean? Just to be able to be here, just to think about what's going on in the future, what we got going on right now. I was watching that video. I haven't watched that video in quite some time. I was looking at that video, remembering that moment. That was a beautiful moment. I was sitting there, caught myself jamming to the song. You know, it was just the pieces was in place at that moment. Everything, the stars lined up. You was back up and now just back up in the bricks. We was in the bricks to do that right there. You see that we was right off Martin Luther King. You know, it was a great day, great song, great moment. And I'm glad to be here with you.
Now, you was here with me, well, not here, but, Robert with me last year, man.
Yeah. So I'm glad to be back.
You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
It's beautiful. Each time is different, and you know what I mean? Like, you've been with me through a lot of twists and turns, you know what I'm saying? The Godathons, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of the joints, like, you've been here for, a lot of, memorable moments, man. So I got to ask you now, like, what's some of your most memorable moments of the platform?
Well, we got to build with, I got to meet Illa G, and you know, I haven't spoken to the brother in a while outside of like little stuff on social media, but that brother right there, I actually look forward to eventually doing something with him because I really like the brother. Like I like the brother. I consider him a friend. You know what I mean? And I got to meet him on your platform. He's a dope brother. He does dope visual work and he gets it. Like having conversations with him on the phone about nothing but just talking about visuals and all of that, he actually gets it. He's like, a lot of people frustrate me because they have the means and they have the means and the resources to bring something together, but they don't necessarily get it. They don't have the idea of what it actually takes. They don't know the actual process, and they try to do it on their own anyway. They, you know, there's a lot of arrogance in filmmaking with a lot of the younger filmmakers who really aren't natural filmmakers. They're great storytellers, and they don't understand that there's the storytelling aspect, and then there's the visual storytelling aspect. And so he gets it. So that was a great moment, just being able to link with him, being able to interview with you on your platform, still from Smith and Wesson, one of my favorite groups, one of my favorite artists out of one of my favorite collectives of all time. So that was a beautiful, beautiful moment right there for me also. What else? There's a few moments on part of my screen. There's a few moments though. Let me see, you know, I'm just being a part of the whole family, you know what I mean? Meeting with Killer Priest, going down there in Florida and connecting with the family, with the Do the Knowledge family and the extended family, and meeting with Young Hump and connecting with Young Hump. I remember the first time I seen the brother, you know, I seen the videos of him, and I thought he was Shock G's son. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought he was Shock G's son, and then it was crazy because shortly after that, I'm in LA with you, and you was like, "Yo, you go check out Young Hump." We ended up not connecting, but the fact that when you mentioned him, I'm like, "Damn, I just seen this brother. Like I seen videos with this dude." You know what I'm saying? And then getting to connect with him, he's a dope brother. Thurston, Ty Phoenix, dope, super dope sister. I follow her now on social media. Her music is incredible. She's a dope producer, not just a dope rapper. Like she's a dope artist. Her production is solid. I'll be watching her put together the beats and stuff, like super dope. So just being able to meet some of these people and connect with some of these people is always a plus. You know what I'm saying? Always. You know, and then you also, from being on your platform, you also threw me some alley-oops to hop on other platforms. So just that opportunity right there, I got to be on For the Culture with the sister Jasmine. I got to hop on the joint with the sister Sunshine, with the Nobodies. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got to hop on the joint with the Empress and the young brother. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing, you know, when I first started my agent series. So outside of the moments, the assists that Do the Knowledge Radio has given me is great.
The insight and guidance extends though. Like we've been through things, right? You and I together. You know what I'm saying? We've been to physical places together. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I did the God anniversary, you was right there. You understand what I'm saying? Like you were right there for the God anniversary. You know what I mean? The 7th year. You know, you were there with Asafo Radio. You know what I'm saying? Like we kicked off Asafo Radio. You know what I mean? Like, you know, where you at with the collective at the time. You see what I'm saying? When it was this was just audio. I said, yo, God, I'm about to be in Baltimore. Yo, I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? Like right there. Like so in addition to, you know what I mean? Because of the platform, that's one thing. But in addition to there are things I can call out and know that I can count on, you know, regardless of what, like real life things. Not you know what I'm saying? Like the platform is one thing, but the extension is another thing. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said my brother, because brothers go through shit with you. You know what I'm saying? They don't just watch you in the shit like, nah. Look at this dude. You see what I'm saying? Like friends or your peoples, they might do shit like that, but brothers don't. You know what I mean? And you always brought somebody even more solid to the table. You know what I mean? So, not just you, the extension of you. So that speaks volumes because you don't bring your people around everybody. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know what that is. So with the camera, without the camera, the guidance over the years, we done left the country. You know what I'm saying? We done left the country, left out the country together. You know what I'm saying? On the mission. You know what I mean? So like things just extend, beyond. Like, there's a bond and a brotherhood that's built that we got regardless, and then you got these other aspects to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we here today, to celebrate, but also to commemorate. You know what I'm saying? Because we got people that we was tight with, their ancestors now. You looking in videos now that you done shot, and people done returned to the essence. You like, damn, something. Sister. You know what I mean? Like you looking over the years, and that's another, added thing in regards to what we do. Like I was with Sekou Odinga, he returned. You know what I'm saying? He returned. Like we went from this to, I mean, like a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So now the intention and the goal of the platform was to commemorate our ancestors, unbeknownst to me that people who would be guests or listeners on this platform will return and become ancestors too. That's a whole nother thing. Remember the young dude that was in Seattle, Hashim? He was on my first episode. Young dude out of the Panthers. He returned. You know what I'm saying? So the first person, the first voice to ever be heard on Do the Knowledge Radio, he an ancestor now. You know what I mean? So like these roots, they run deep, man. These roots run deep, and I'm glad that you've been on this journey because there's so many things I learned from you over the years. Before I had a concept of what they were. You know what I mean? Like I had a vision in my head of how I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but that's a vision that you carried and you added implements of perfection to it. You know what I'm saying? So, honest to you, man, for being my brother through all of this shit. It ain't been easy. You know what I mean? It ain't been easy for neither one of us, but it's a reason. If you ever wondered what the reason was, because I always remember, I don't care how I feel in the moment. I rarely feel like that, but if I feel some kind of way in the moment, that don't mean I forgot everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I might feel some shit in the moment, be like, yo, man, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. But I will always remember. I can always go back in my mind and be like, boom, 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 boom. And then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Pardon me for that. So, wanted to make that born in the moment. You know what I mean? So,
Indeed. Indeed. When you mentioned going back to before there was the visuals, like it's so much just going back 3 years. If we just go back 3 years, there's a whole lot in that 3. If we go back 5 years, if we just go back in that span, there's a whole bunch we could talk about in just that. When we start talking about going back to Do the Knowledge Radio, when we start going back to Blog Talk Radio,
right.
When I'm in the basement, I'm in Jeannie basement, you know what I'm saying, and we chilling next to the computer, you know what I'm saying. I don't even know you yet, you know what I mean. This is the beginning, and we doing the interview, and I'm no type of polish when it comes to sit down doing interviews and all of that type stuff. Like no type. Fortunately, when I was with Jeannie, like specifically, like when I was in his presence and we would do something together, and I would have the opportunity because I rarely spoke when I would be with him. But when I did have the opportunity to speak, it would be a situation where it's like it would be a situation where it's like it would be a situation where I don't really get to articulate. Pardon me, that phone call kind of threw me off. I don't get to articulate myself, but I have to also watch my articulation. You know what I mean? So I would be mindful, like, okay, I'm with this brother. Let me not be the way I normally would say this. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of helped a little bit too. But yeah, I was completely unpolished back then.
Saying the hustle, this is God's words. My rhymes like they proverbs. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what it was though. You know what I mean? Like that's a forever line. You know what I mean? This ain't a hustle. This is God's words. You know what I mean? So however God gonna build, that's how you gonna build.
Right.
That's what I could always depend on. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, folks be trying to act like they was Dr. Khaled. You ain't Dr. Khaled, fam. You know what I'm saying? they were trying to act like they was Del Jones. You ain't Del Jones. You. You know, like so I'll be waiting for you to show up, and I ain't never had to worry about you being other than self. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be you. You know what I mean? So that's a
them brothers was them too
that's
good
a
to
skill.
be for me to try to do that. You know,
Yeah.
Malcolm was too good at being Malcolm for me to try to do that. Khaled was too good at being Khaled. Del was too good. Bobby was too good. Bobby Wright was too good for me to be them. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, you know, I'm not comparing myself to them, but like, I don't want to be nobody else. Not the people I'm around. I'd rather be me.
Right.
My POV is just the way I see things is fine for me.
So I know we got.
I enjoy doing agent so much. That's why I enjoy that.
I was about to go there. I was about to go there real quick.
And I look forward to doing some other stuff like that. But go ahead. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the new episode, and I'm excited for the new episode. I'm excited for the series. You know, I said it to you before. I'll say it again. It's one of the best series I've ever seen, ever.
Right.
One of the best series I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, Eyes on the Prize, any of that stuff. Like, it fails in comparison. You know what I mean? Like, they have larger budgets. They had a longer reach, whatever. But the information was not the information in the way it's delivered. It was plastic. You understand what I'm saying? It was memorized. This is real. You know what I mean? So it's one of the greatest series I've ever seen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, literally, you know, because you made it, and because you made it. You understand what I'm saying? Like on a multitude of levels. So I'm excited for the new offering. I'm excited to see, you know, how you go, where you go. You know what I mean? And you've been having some, you know, success. You see what I'm saying in regards to, you know, it reaching eyes and places. You know what I mean? So, you know, for you still, like, how does it feel now? Like, you know, something that you wanted to do for a minute, you finally in a position to do. How does it feel now? You like actually in this space, and you kind of seeing people becoming receptive, people you ain't know, people from different places, all of that. You know what I mean? Like, how is that for you?
You want it, you look forward to it, and then when it actually happens, you realize, damn, was I even ready for this? Yeah, I mean. Man, yeah, was I even ready for this? And it's not like you don't no longer. It's not like you don't want it. It's not like you want to take it back. What it is it's like, all right, am I trying? Like, do I have enough? This is work, and I got work to do. These aren't easy, simple projects. What you just said lets it be like that's a testament to how much I put into this, to how hard I go, to the fact that I'm up till 6, 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that I'm getting this out, because it's so much. And now I'm on a timeline now. Now I'm in the mix now. Now it's like, okay, we're looking. Now we waiting for the next one. You know, we rocking with it now. You know, and it's also the pressure to make sure that the next one keeps the you know, there's a standard now. There's an expectation now. You got to live up to that expectation. And the fact that each one of these pieces can't be the same. Some of them will be similar because you got players that's going to be around each other that might be discussed. But, you know, if I'm talking about Eldridge Cleaver, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be, that's a whole world right there I'm talking about in itself. You know, and there's a whole, and people might might be attracted to that world, and that might have been caught fire for them for that. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson. This is a world now. I'm talking about something that is, you know, a lot of the people who rocked out with the great ancestor Steve Coakley was you know, a lot of them rocked out with me on this one, and a lot of those, and you know, it's no secret that he gave me most of my breadcrumbs. That's not even a secret. I would be lying if I just acted like I just knew all of this stuff and just turned over every leaf on my own. Nah, I followed the breadcrumbs, and because where we're at now as opposed to where we were at then, in certain cases, I was able to get a little bit deeper, and in other cases, I was not so much able to get deeper, but I was able to be more explanatory through visualization. So it was more, it was that. Now, where was I going with this, man? Oh man, where was I going? I was saying something, man. I done kind of lost where I was going with it, thinking about what I'm doing. Because I'm like right now, I got this on the editor right now. I got episode 4 on the editor right now. So what I'm basically was saying was these are all different worlds, and I don't want to be. The last episode I did was a world that has a lot of interest within itself, from outsiders to the people who are inside who don't even understand certain dynamics. You know what I'm saying? So the last episode I did, I knew that had the potential to do what it did, and I knew that it had the potential to spark a lot of interest just because the topic, when you got figures like Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and his son Muhyiddin Muhammad. When you have these figures, these are polarizing figures. These are figures who their legacy is huge. You know what I'm saying? And we see it. We literally see it every day in our culture. You know, so I expect that to have a more sensational type of appeal to it, so to speak, for lack of a better term, I guess. But so then it's like, okay, well, now what? I got some attention now. And I see I got some attention because the old stuff is starting to get better views. Eldridge Cleaver didn't even have 1,000 views. We almost 3,500 now.
Right.
It's not viral, but I mean, it had 250 views. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you that people are paying attention. So now I gotta continue to produce. It makes me like, okay, this is what I wanted. Now I gotta show up.
Right.
And I gotta keep showing up. And I got things lined up. I got some things I ain't gonna talk about just yet. But I got some things lined up that's gonna be crazy. You know, so people know that it's more than just Agent coming from me. And Agent season 1, we got 4 more episodes after this one for this season, and then we're gonna come back with season 2.
I'm proud, man. I'm proud already. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud already. I've been proud since episode 1. When I heard the breakdown of Eldridge Cleaver, I was like, this is what the world has been missing. And if they're missing this, they're missing everything. If they're missing this right here, if they're missing these details, if they're missing the profile, they're missing everything. They're missing how someone can come in your organization and destroy it from the inside out. They're missing how somebody can come in your family and destroy it from the inside out. They're missing how somebody can come in your group. They're missing how somebody could be laying next to you in the bed. You understand what I'm saying? They're missing all of these aspects. They're missing all of these aspects because we hear about it, right? And then once you hear about it, you think everybody heard about it, right? So folks don't know what an agent is. They don't know what an operative is. You know, we have agent with a negative connotation, but also there's agent, like you broke down, there's another connotation to it. You see what I'm saying? So if you're working with an agent, if you're working, if somebody's an agent on your behalf, if somebody's an agent for justice, if somebody's an agent for liberation, you know, those connotations, we have yet to see them in the fullness. So if we aren't discussing the fact that once you make a decision to come up with something or bring something into existence, right? Born means to bring into existence either physically or mentally. You're going to have an opposing force to it. Now, how is that going to be utilized? You see what I'm saying? So you can see a polarizing figure. If you see a polarizing figure, so does our enemy. So does our enemies. And how they do it. They say you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. They adopt that model in the approach. So they'll send somebody to you, send somebody at you. They'll be like, "Oh, what you talking about? This and that." Like, yo, they got people hooked on drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Like the man in them that was kicking with Fred Hampton singing "Peace and Blessings Be Upon Him," drug him in his crib, gave him the layout of the crib of where he was and where to shoot for a couple dollars. A couple of dollars, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the 30 pieces of silver aspect. Like that's all it took. It didn't take a vast amount of money. You couldn't retire. You couldn't even make it through the next week of what you utilized to take a young aspirant. You see what I'm saying? In the cause of liberation. You know, a 21-year-old kid for all intents and purposes. You know what I'm saying? Life cut short for a couple of dollars. So when you look at that, you think that's historic. Like they act like slavery is a long ass time ago. You see what I'm saying? Like just even in those aspects, like we ain't got to go back far. We could go up the street. We ain't got to go back 20, 50, 60 years. We could go back 10 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't look at this series for what it truly is and not for what it appears to be. We won't have an understanding. You see what I'm saying? We won't have no knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding of how an agent moves. And now we're at the culture series, you know, the culture degree, how an agent lives. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what is the lifestyle that's associated with an agent? You know what I mean? So now we're looking at these things. So now we can look and see. We just seen something recently, right? With, you know, a couple of these cats, everybody's becoming news in the news cycle. All of this gossip, all of this Wendy Williams shit, you know, like all of the stuff that's out there. I'm like, what is this? But it's all been perpetuated. You see what I'm saying? It's not a new thing. It's a thing that continues. It's the same Garvey must go movement, right? So if you can't connect the dots to say, okay, they put a polarizing figure out there, they puff them up, and then they tear them down in front of you, and they use us to do it, and you don't see your behavior and lining up with the same tactics, techniques, and procedures of old. They was getting a check. You doing it for free. You doing it for somebody to put that stupid ass laughing emoji up on social media.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like that's what you're doing it for.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, with this series, why I promote it in the way that I do and why I speak about it, because it's important, because it hadn't been broke down like that. There are buzzwords, there are choice words that are used that are common knowledge now that wasn't common knowledge when we grew up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, everybody didn't know that. You had to be somewhere. You had to receive some sort of instruction to know what that is. That wasn't something that was just used
At all.
So, right. So now that Fox News is saying white supremacy and shit like that now, then this is where we at with it in that regard. So, you know, people are woke, right? They deduce conscious to being woke, because we relegated conscious to just being awake. Conscious just means aware and all this other stuff that we're saying about it. So when we deduce it, it's going to be reduced greatly. So now you don't know the magnitude of what it means to be an agent. So now this series has to re-educate you in a way that you could hear it. You know what I'm saying? That you could hear it, because You know, some of our scholars, they too scholarly what they speak to reach you. You don't want to hear the tech. It shit sound like you sound like a technical. Well, when one realizes that you have to, and then just from this perspective, like you left a lot of people. People don't want to hear that. People want to hear the way you. I'm like, boom, the whole family can sit around, and everybody in the family can get what this is, and be like, damn, I think
Glad
my
you said.
teacher agent. I think my teacher agent.
Teacher up there sounding like Fishburne in Higher Learning. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
It's
right.
like this. I'm glad you said that. And I think we said this. I said this to you before, on probably definitely off the record. Because I knew I couldn't do that. I don't know those words like that. Like, I have a pretty good vocabulary. My vocabulary is not under par and it's not dumbed down. However, I don't have that smooth articulation to throw all of these fancy ass words to really wow people like that. I'm a rapper though.
Yeah,
I'm an MC.
right.
And as an MC, I know how to play with words, but I don't got that. And I used to wish I did. There were certain brothers I used to watch. You know what I mean? They used to be on like Sonetta, and they would be super articulate. You know what I mean? They would be street cats, but they would just have these super, articulate big words and all that. I'd be like, yo, man, I wish I could speak like that. Like, that's how I wanted to talk. Like, that was the dopest shit to me. But I couldn't. And because I couldn't, I didn't try. And I'm glad I couldn't. I'm glad that I didn't try.
That's real. Like I said at the beginning, I'm glad you are you. You understand what I'm saying? Like they trying to pretend and thinking that's what people want to hear. You know, Del Jones ain't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like for all intents and purposes, after all of the wonderful greetings, the free the land and assalamu alaikum and shalom shalom. Dr. Collins still said, "What's up? I ain't leaving nobody out. What's up?" You know what I mean? Like he ain't leave nobody out. He spoke to everybody in their language. Everybody in their language. You know what I mean? And that's a way to be able to galvanize the minds and the hearts of the people because you're not leaving them out. You're not coming in here sounding like a damn dictionary. Everybody. You can talk to your colleagues in your peer group like that. You could go talk to other scholars like that. And I'm not insulting anybody's intellect or any of that, but you reach the people where they at, where they are. You have to know your audience. That's the number one rule of public speaking. Know your audience. So who are you looking to reach? Who's your target audience in the corporate structure to tell you in the entrepreneurial space? Who's your target audience? Who's your primary and your secondary? What's their psychographics? What's their demographics? You know what I mean? Like
I was concerned about all of that. Because I speak to me. Not me, but I speak to my people. I speak to the me's out there, the yous out there, the us's of the world. I speak to us.
Now yous can't leave.
Now yous can't leave. You know what I'm saying? But I speak to us.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I'm limited to what I'm saying isn't just for us. I don't want to limit that, but at the same time, I speak for us and I'm around more of us. And I think like we the ones who need it the most, the us's. Because what people fail to realize is as conscious, as pro-black, as learned as we are, we from that element. We from the same element that the UNIA was made up of. We from the same element that was in the jails becoming members of the Nation of Islam. Like we come from that element. That's us. We wasn't the college kids who joined the movement. And so, and neither was our parents. Right. We didn't come from that. That's not what we came from. So, I say that to say, it's when I'm talking to us, I know how we are. I made music out of the United Front paradigm, and I still made music that spoke to us, regardless of where we was at. I knew people who didn't know half of the ancestors I might have celebrated in that project, but yet they felt the spirit and they related to the spirit, because I'm one of them. I'm one of us.
That's it. You hear the sirens in the background. You know what I mean? You know what's going on. Yeah, man.
Like, we still here. I'm in Decatur right now. I'm in the hood right now. We still here. We still here.
It's still on. That's it. Yo, what Tupac said, well, once again, it's on. That's our neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's our neighborhood. That's our neighborhood that Ernest Dickinson knew the neighborhood. That's our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew the vernacular of the neighborhood. Once again, it's on.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, right there looking at Tretch in them. You understand what I'm saying? Once again, it's on. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, what it took to make this program, what it took to put this together and put it on, it took a lot of sacrifice over the years.
Right.
A lot of sacrifice, a lot of time, a lot of energy. The first year, this cost me on Blog Talk $250 a month. So by the time I was paying for flyers and all this other stuff, it was something like $400 a month for the first year, almost two. You know what I mean? So that's money. That ain't time. You know what I mean? That's not any of the other aspects that go along with it. So when people approach me and be like, yo, I want to do, a podcast, or I want to do this, that, because everybody and their mother got a podcast nowadays. I asked them, how much time can you realistically devote to doing what you do? That's the thing. When you put it on the clock, are you prepared to pay to do something that you may not immediately see a return on investment? You're going to pay a bunch of money and you may not get no money back immediately.
Well, initially, a lot of people find themselves in that position, and that's easy. That's the easy part. It's the after you a year in and haven't seen a return on that investment, do you give up or do you keep going? And that's really the separation from a lot of people who persevere and don't. And what kind of return are you looking for? You looking for the monetary return, or like what's the return?
Right. When I came on, after episode 1, it was over. I was like, yo, I guess that was it. It was over. Episode 1 was what is consciousness, right? So everybody from the quote unquote conscious community came on. They called in. Sarnetta called in, Black Dot was on, Red Pills, Tech, you understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody and their mama and it was on. Babyfacey Man, Bashir, Solomon back then. Like, it was a whole litany of people who
that was the mob back then. Like, you just
it was
named
the mob. Like, everybody was on. Everybody came on. Everybody came through. But when I got done with the episode, I was so thrown off by the technical difficulties. I got booted out like 10 times during the call, trying to get back on. It's my first episode. I really didn't even know how Blog Talk worked. You know what I mean? So I'm in that space. I'm in my head with that space. And peace to our brother, man, YG Preach, man. He called me right after the episode. He talked, yo, Knowledge Born, man. Yo, that show was crazy, man. You had all kind of people calling in from everywhere, man. Blah, blah, blah. Man, you had everybody on, man. Everybody on. You sure you never did this before? I was like, yeah. He's like, but you were natural at it. So when I heard that, I went back and listened to the episode. I wasn't listening to what people were saying. I was listening to all that time that I was getting booted off. It seemed like it was forever. It was a moment. I was off and on. You understand what I'm saying? But in my mind, I was like, oh, man, this can't be it, man. All of this shit happening and all that, blah, blah, blah. And it was seamless. It was still going. Everybody was still going. So everybody came, jumped off the top rope and got in it. So it was just interesting over time how it progressed from episode 1. Episode 2 was on Talk Show, King Samir. You know what I mean? Like to go from what is consciousness to the arming of the black community. Arm yourself or harm yourself. What was it? Something like that. There was something like that. That was the title. You know what I mean? King Samir on episode 2. And then back to Blog Talk. A Rashid. You know what I mean? Like it then going. Like just keep going through. The pantheon. And then I started dealing with special interest groups. I was like, why they always fronting on the Hebrews, yo? You know what I'm saying? Like I asked the question, like, yo, why they always fronting on them? Like I remember them cats from around the way. Like, what is it? I said, oh, let me get. I was like, let me get it from them. You know what I mean? So I went to them. I went to Kevin Tazariak. I went to Priest Danyala. You know what I'm saying? I went to even later Divine Prospect. Gorilla Hebrew back then. Like all of these people that was out there and hearing it from them. You see what I'm saying? And then, I went to the real Hebrews in the hood. My real people out of Gary and out of Chicago. You see what I'm saying? Them cats. Like I went with to them. So it was the same thing with whoever was getting the negative press. I wanted to hear from them. So that was, the special interest groups that got the attention. So there, was was Moors, there was Nubians, there was Christians, it was Muslims, it was Panthers, it was all kinds of people, and then it was just regular black people. You know what I mean? Like, and then it was, quote unquote celebrities. So it was like a pantheon in between all of these people. So I gave a brother the same respect that ain't nobody know as Zane, as Bill Duke. You understand what I'm saying? So like one and the same, indiscriminate. I would much rather talk to the regular people because, the celebrities, you don't want to find out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want to find out certain stuff about certain people. I'm like, man, come on.
They're going to let you know.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. Shorty from A Living Color said this program was too black for her.
Which one was this for Shorty?
Sakima Crystal.
Yeah, it is.
Her people said, it was too black. I said, it wasn't too black for Bill Duke. I mean, so it's like when you start dealing with people and then the situations. I had literally had people cancel like 5 minutes before I was about to go live. And I changed the show in 5 minutes. From people showing up, backing out at the last minute, whatever the case may be, or whatever situations it was, still going. I still gotta be on. Still the show gotta must go on. So it was a lot of situations of a lot of sacrifice. And when I started, you said you wasn't polished. I couldn't even talk. I was stuttering. I was doing all kinds of shit. I was straight out the war zone, straight out of the, straight out of the uniform. I didn't have like regular communicative skills. I was still in a command authority environment. So this helped me to slow my mind down. Like my mind was moving faster than my mouth. Like regularly communicating because you in an environment where everything is no fail. Everything is time on target. You have to deal with a multitude of things at once. So your mind is like that. That's what your mind is. So you speaking all of it, blah, 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 and everybody knows what you're talking about. Then you got to go out of that environment and back to a space within my own psychology to really deal with our people directly on that level. So I had to come back. Like this kind of brought me back from a dead state. You know what I mean? So that first year was a year of therapy. You see what I'm saying? Like virtual therapy, and keep on going. And then what? We go from on the phone to in the physical. You know what I mean? Out there in Texas. I'm telling you, like, when you just start thinking about this, like literally, there's people that I known for years via this show that I never met physically, right? Or I might have met them one time, or I've never met them. And then there's an instance like ours that we was gonna meet regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like the show just sped up the process. You know what I mean? Show just sped up the process, and boom. So you gonna be there? Word? All right. I'm there. And that's what it is.
I didn't even know you was going. Now, I don't think I knew you was going to be there ahead of time. I'm not sure about that one. And the reason I'm saying that is the reason I'm saying that
it might have been a little like a day or two before, maybe.
Okay, because I was going to say for the most part, I didn't announce I was coming out there.
Yeah.
You know, I like to appear. You know what I'm saying? I just like to
of
pop
course.
up. You know what I mean? I like to appear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a bug. That was that was a bugged out night. I'm telling you.
A lot of places I pulled up to, a lot of places I showed up, it was unannounced. Like I wasn't really expected. It wasn't that I wasn't welcome, but I wasn't expected.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh man, what you doing down here in North Carolina? I mean, what you doing out here in Oakland? You know what I mean? Like, what you just pulling up? What you pulling up in Texas? You know what I mean? I'm just pulling up.
How you feeling? How you feeling today, sir? You good, my brother? My brother. Hey, you know.
I'm just pulling up places. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Man.
Or they want to know if it's the other way. That's what they worried about. They see you.
Yeah.
It's that other thing.
Yeah. That's what you want to know. Am I here for that other thing?
Yeah.
I remember real quick, King Simon. Shout out to King Simon. I'm in New York. They having an event. I don't know if it was his event or he just was like one of the promoters, you know, or whatever. But I'm at the event and I walk in there and I see him. That's my man. So as soon as I see him, yo, Jay Black, what's up, man? What up, King Simon? You know what I mean? What up? Whatever I said, doing. What up, King Simon? He said, stop. I guess he's walking by because you know Simon is Simon. His energy is always his energy.
Yeah.
He stops.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, that was.
He stops and looks at me. He says, "You ain't here to cause trouble, are you?" Oh, man, I'll never forget that. You ain't here to cause trouble, are you? I looked at him. I said, "You know what I do." I said, "You know what I do." They kept it moving. Yeah, man. But I've never started nothing. I've never messed up no event. That's not on my record. But yeah, Texas was fun. I seen you out of the blue. I think you tapped me on the shoulder. I looked. I said, "What's the guy right here?" You had to look to you. You had to look on your face.
I was bent. I was feeling good. I was feeling good.
Man, I said, this brother, it was one of those moments. This brother here, man, knowledge born. Yeah, man.
That's it.
It was one of them moments. I think with their Prez was performing. They wasn't performing just yet. I think I walked in right before they came out. I think I got there maybe half an hour or so before they pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was glad to see you. I thought Ock was gonna be there too. He might have been there. I don't even remember.
He was there. I met him there. I don't know if he was there at that night, but I met him the next day.
Okay.
About to say, now I think about it, did I see you after that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you see me after. You was like, yeah, I just met up with him. You know what I mean? You told me you met up with him.
Yeah. We did the fly high video out there.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't in the video. You know what I'm saying?
We
I was
did
there. I was there.
we did some
I
of
was
that
there
in
for.
Baltimore too.
Yeah, I was there for both. That's what I said. I was there for both, but I wasn't in neither. I ain't getting no. You know what I mean? But I was supposed to be in. I was supposed to be in the video that I was in Jersey.
I think it's Baltimore was your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you stayed in the house or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both.
Because I was supposed to have been in Revolution of Exodus documentary, so I was waiting to get my shot to film. That ain't happened either.
You didn't get in it? I mean, you didn't.
Nope.
You didn't record for it?
Nope.
No. I recorded like a minute and a half with Sutek. It was me, Sutek, I think, and Bomani. It might have been
Black Power Wars.
Might have been the whole United Front.
Had to have been at the Black Power Wars then.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Did that ever come out? Shout out to Preach. Did that ever come out?
I know he still got some footage, but I don't think it came out as a whole thing.
He gotta still have some footage. It was him and Keith was dropping a lot of footage from that. Little clips.
Shout out to the mayor.
Yeah, it was a great time, man. People was linking up, people was connecting. I think part of the problem in that time period that we suffered was with all the linking up and connecting, there wasn't proper vetting being done.
Right.
So a lot of relationships didn't work out, didn't last. You know what I'm saying? Because people were either finding out who people were. Sometimes it was people were connected to other people that is like, yo, this ain't going, you know what I mean? This ain't gonna happen. So yeah. That's why you gotta look at where we at right now. Look at who's here, who's where.
Right.
Like in the absolute right now moment. Look who answers, who don't. Look who's accessible, who's not.
Right.
I keep telling these brothers, I'm about to not even need y'all, man. You know what I mean? So I stop. I'm not asking for help no more. I'm not asking none of y'all for help no more. If any of y'all got a situation, a platform, anything that could do, give me a boost or whatever, I'm not even asking for help no more. You got the cinemathematics. That's a whole new chapter right there. That's a whole new chapter. That's gonna lead into a whole bunch of other stuff. So
yeah, I'm grateful for that. That's another, look into the cinematic mind of Che Black. Now this is from the mind of Che Black. Come on, man. I still love that album, man. I do.
I mean, we get the cinematic mind of Che Black, but we also get some great. We also get some great color commentary from my brother Knowledge Born, though.
Yeah, man. I love movies, man.
But you know what you're looking at. See, it's a difference. It's a difference from being able to say this is the technique that was used to make you get that feeling or to help you come to that conclusion. Like, it's one thing to say these are the techniques or the styles and these are the people who do this, that, and the third. Like, that's one thing. But it's another thing to be able to recognize, though, regardless what you're looking at, to be able to recognize when the message was properly when it was properly conveyed. That's the word. I couldn't even think of the word. When it was properly conveyed. So that's something that a lot of people don't have. That's a level of discernment when watching films and seeing certain elements. That's understanding the separation between a plot and a theme. Whether you realizing what it is or not, the being able to separate, like we was talking, what's that Marvel movie? Doctor Strange. You were talking Doctor Strange once, and the shit you was saying, the way you was breaking it down, it's like that's a different type of discernment. That's seeing past. Like, I'm giving you a lot of technical. I'm the expert, the expert commentary. I'm the blow by blow guy telling you exactly what you're looking at in that aspect, you know. But you have a way of seeing the message, how it was relayed, and even in certain cases, translating how it was relayed. So that's and I would even go as far as to say this: as good as I can do that, I recognize you're better at that than me. Like, I recognize that you have a better level of discernment with that. Now, I can sit there and tell you the why after you done broke down. So, you know what I mean? After you done gave me X, Y, and Z, I can tell you, yeah, well, when you apply this or when you use that, I can give you the scientifics behind it. You know what I mean? I could do that all day.
And that's a blessing, because before I got into my last 2 degree programs, that was another language. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother language, and that's a world that you know that you're speaking about. Like, when you're speaking about the agent series, you're taking us into the intricacies of a world, but the cinematics of where you're coming from, that's a world within itself as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, camera angles and all that. Like, I didn't know that there was all these different camera angles and what they mean, and when they put it up, when they do this extreme close up, this is the emotional response that they're looking to elicit. You see what I'm saying? Versus this back off, like they everything is
How to create
strategically placed. Like, yeah, all of that. You see what I'm saying? Shaky camera, all that. Like, all of these. The rule of third, you know, like the rule of third, you know, at the 3/4, like this joint, like here, the framing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is the difference between a bunch of people paying attention to it and nobody paying attention to it.
Exactly.
So I'm looking and I'm studying. I'm like, okay, the camera angles is telling another story now. So you can bring light and credence to the camera angles, but then you could also say, okay, like, nothing here is haphazard. I'm like, are they freestyling this dialogue? You're like, nah, this director, he don't do that. He wrote every single thing. Like, there's no improv right here. This is all a dialogue that's written out from start to finish. Like, all right, boom, this. I'm like, oh, nah, but this director, give credence and give them opportunity. Eddie Murphy show up, they like, do what you do. We're leaving gaps in the script for your improv. I'm with the Rap Coalition of America. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could see him in Beverly Hills Cop. Look, we're about to turn it into a show, right? We can see him in Beverly Hills Cop, literally figuring out what he's gonna do in the scene.
Right.
He become the character on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Johnny
it's like,
Wishbone.
damn.
Hey, I'm Johnny Wishbone. I mean, like, you see all of this.
Hey, man, what you doing? What you doing in here with this gun, man? What's up? Like,
now, I'm going to give you an example.
all of that. Yeah.
Give you an example. This was, I was going to say Michael Mann. It was Michael Bay. I don't know if he did the third, but remember the first Bad Boy movie with Will Smith and Martin, right? Yeah, man. Okay, I see we got people in the buildings. Salute. We got the brother's son. What was I gonna say? The first
Bad
Bad
Boys
Boy.
1. Yeah.
Pay attention to Martin character. Everything they wrote for Will Smith, Martin had a punchline right behind it. You know,
Yeah.
he said some bubblicious something and some Skittles. You know what I mean? Like he's right there with that comedic timing. That's all off the cut. All of that.
Yeah.
That's all off the cuts. Now fast
Mm.
forward to part 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's stick to the script. That's a stick to the script, Martin Lawrence right there. When you get to part 3, that's I'm just reading what they wrote for me. I'm not giving nothing. You know, and that's partially laziness, that's partial confidence. You know, there's a lot of different factors that get to that. But when you go from that, I believe that was the same director.
Now they said the Reggie scene, they didn't tell them how they was going to do what they was doing when they first, you know what I'm saying, went to the, how do you, look at me going over there, how do you keep the authenticity of the scene?
Which one was that?
Even
Was
though
that
you
2 or 3? Was that part 2 or part 3?
That was 2, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was 2. Now go back.
So he's there, like he doesn't have the dude who played Reggie. He doesn't have an acting background, right? So they keep him in the dark about how to, how do you capture that real time right there, and then still, you know what I mean, keep the audience engaged with it, you know, with a situation like that.
It's basically capturing the moment, making sure that everybody understands that regardless if you a professional or not, or have a professional background in it, it's understanding that when the director yells cut, the scene is over. Until that moment, though, regardless if you mess up or not, you're in that moment. Until the director says cut, you cut. Don't matter if you giggle, don't matter if you trip a line. Until the director yells cut, you in the moment. So if a good director, you know, this is what they do. This is not that's not a unique thing. You know, you got Oliver Stone creating situations where LL Cool J ends up going upside Jamie Foxx's head. This was him creating the atmosphere to get the type of footage he wanted. You know, this is John Singleton scaring the set on Boys in the Hood to get them to scatter off with Crenshaw like that. You know what I'm saying? These are things that are common practices to create emotions that you might not be able to truly get. It's hard to pretend certain things. These is actors, these is directors making an actor do a take 100 times just to get them frustrated so they can get that emotion on film, in the line, in the part. Like these things happen, or making them wait, or like these putting them in certain elements to create certain things, having them cold, having them hot. Like all of these things mean something, and they all practices. So how it's done is depends on the director and then their approach of how they're gonna do it. But it's not uncommon, especially, and this is not even dealing with people who haven't had experience, even dealing with seasoned actors. This is something that's done. There's a lot of times if you look on DVDs or you look on these little clips that they got on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and they'll talk about certain scenes in movies where they'll be like, nah, he wasn't really acting at that moment. You know what I mean? He was really upset or he was really nervous. You know what I mean? And the director intentionally did this. Like that's a common practice.
Now the camera angles, right? These people could be the same height. Now they're switching up the camera angle to make one, you know, seem taller than the other one more authoritative than the other one, shrinking them, making them look subordinate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're accomplishing these things right here.
That's when you're doing things like blocking, when you're moving the camera around to create moods or scenes. You're moving the people around. It's technically, it's actually, that's really what you're doing. You're moving the people around by moving the camera. Like the camera, the people don't move, but you're moving the people around by moving the camera, which that actual technique is called blocking. And which is funny because I talked about Illa G early in the conversation. One of the last conversations, if not the last conversation I had with him, that's one of the things we talked about. That's one of the techniques we talked about. He was telling me how he recently had learned that he's going to start applying that technique in his future projects. And that's why I said he gets it, you know. But yeah, all of that is to get emotions, to get feelings, to get moods.
Yeah, I mean those. I look for the stuff in the background, and I missed the DVD era where I would get the behind the scenes, look at what's going on. So, speaking of behind the scenes, look at what's going on. I got a surprise for you, Almighty.
All right.
One of the greatest visuals I saw that you created was for this man right here. You understand what I'm saying? Now we got a triple doses of Jersey dopeness. We got 3 to God way in this motherfucker right now. Okay.
3 to God
so
way.
It becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some percent to others and welcome. Y'all seen them. Y'all heard them through the years, all over the years. Episode 2 of Do the Knowledge Radio. The God been with me lockstep since then, long before then, but lockstep in this virtual space since
big
then.
Bro right here. You got Big Bro coming up.
We got our wartime general here in the physical, right here on Do the Knowledge Radio. General King, Sunman Shabazz.
Oh man, there you go, right there. There go the bro right there.
Oh man. Wartime. Man, it is time for fucking war. Black power, black power, black power. Shay Black.
Black power, my brother, King Submit, my big brother. Wartime.
Yes, sir. What's happening? What's happening? Talk to me.
Oh man, we in the building, man. It's great to see you, man. It's great to see
you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great to see y'all as well, man. You know, I've been busy, getting self in order and making sure that I'm right and exact.
Right.
In every move that I make, in every step, and every breath that I take. So I've been doing some serious refining. And just really doing the knowledge.
That's it.
And I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all with our people, man. And I have to just be real. But I have not lost focus. My unhappiness is my motivation to continue to do this work. When all these other Negroes have shown and proved themselves to be bootlickers,
right,
ass kissers, jigaboos, and Dolly Parton fans.
That's a fact.
So I'm not happy. You dig? But I've been doing the knowledge. So I'm using that unhappiness as my motivation to continue to kick this white man in his ass. Everything is real, man. Everything is real. Everything is real. If it's not real, it has no place in this universe. It has no place on this planet. And I'm going to say it today. I'm going to say it today. The white man, the white woman, and that little dirty cave child of theirs have no business being on this planet.
Damn right.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact.
Let's just stop all the bull crap. Crackers have no business being on this planet at this time in 2026. So I'm gonna let that sink in their heads for a little while. Cause I know they like, damn, is this nigga serious? The planet? God damn it, the planet. They have no business being here. If we call ourselves, here it comes. If we call ourselves African warriors, if we call ourselves revolutionaries, if we call ourselves Pan-Africanists, and let me throw this in there. The true FBA fights their oppressor.
Damn right.
Did y'all hear what I said? I'm not talking about this Rainbow Coalition FBA bullshit y'all been given. But my foundational black ancestors were cracker killers. I'm talking about me personally. I had to go back and do some serious studying. And I said, oh, no wonder it's in me. This is in me. This is in me. So there's no possible way I can let my foundational black ancestors down for all that they have given and sacrificed. See, if you niggas want to be American, just say that. Just say, I'm happy, massa.
Word.
Just say it. But what you're not going to do is directly, ignorantly, bewitchingly disrespect Pan-Africanism.
That's right.
You will not. Ain't no damn way. So if you want to wear the red, white, and blue, just say that. Just be like Nike and just do it. The problems I'm seeing, God, we have no problem following any damn body. You niggas would rather follow Tariq Nasheed than fight the white man. I'm gonna say it, goddammit. Y'all know I don't fear no damn body.
I need to be said.
Word up.
You would rather follow Nature Boy than fight the white man.
Mm-hmm.
You would rather follow Polite or Father Flagree, whatever the faggot name is, than fight the white man.
Mm-hmm.
You always looking for a way out and wonder why our children have lost their damn minds today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very unhappy, man. But I'm glad the jigaboos have shown themselves. I'm glad Dolly Parton is dead, so the jigaboo can show themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all of these fake black woke niggas
Mm-hmm.
can show themselves. From the nation to the Hebrew Israelites to the coon-ass Moors to a lot of the gods and earths to a lot of the so-called revolutionaries, phony as hell. Oh, she was one of the good ones. I beg your fucking pardon.
She is now. She is now.
There is no good devil.
she is what she is.
Other than a dead devil.
Don't they look better? Don't they look better?
What's wrong with us?
Don't they look better?
I'm talking hardcore red, black, and green Negroes crying and snotting. If you want to be an American, just say that. But you're not going to continue to disrespect the legacy of Garvey.
At all.
See, I stand on the legacy of Denmark, BC. I will forever honor the legacy and praise the name of Nat Turner. Can you imagine Nat Turner having remorse?
They tried it, didn't they? Didn't they try it in one of the books?
Yep.
They tried it.
They tried it.
They tried it.
But imagine Nat Turner. I'm sorry, massa. I'm sorry for killing 300 of you Peckerwoods.
Word.
Yeah. Playing with that number too. Playing with that number. Mm-hmm. And it ain't never been a skirmish about 300 dead nowhere. It ain't nobody even raised an eyebrow.
Look at us, man. I'm just, whoo.
The disrespect of the ancestors. Man, sometimes I just gotta fall back because I'm ready to. I try to keep my focus on who the enemy is, but God damn it, these jokers want to be agents of the enemy. These like
right. And let me say this, man, because and I have to say this now. I've been watching the continuous unnecessary beef with you and Jay Dizzle.
Right.
Now, my stance is my stance. At some point, we got to say, hold up. Because is the riff of FBA and Pan Africanism greater than actually beating the hell out of Peckerwoods?
No, not at all.
See, and that's where my mindset is. So that's why I had kind of stepped in between y'all before. And this is why I said, listen, we got bigger fish to fry right now. And I understand both points. I may not agree with both points all the time.
Right.
But this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. That I had to make sure self don't get caught up into that. To lose focus, you know, and it's sad that every time I turn around, it's like, what is going on? Is it the water? Is it the lack of water? Is it the port? We have lost our minds, comrades. So the bigger fish, if we're not going to deal with the bigger fish and put the little poles down. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got to put the little pole down if we ain't looking at the bigger fish. Because it's going to take a much bigger damn pole for this big fish. Because this fish is beyond a damn shark. It's beyond a killer whale. It's a killer white man on the loose. And somebody or somebodies have to stop them.
Shit.
Period. We make too many goddamn excuses, and I've watched all the excuses. Because for a long time, I've said nothing. No response to no weirdo pose. No response to no idiotic pose. No, just no response. I've just been watching, doing the knowledge. Where am I going? Because I'm still at my crossroads. Still standing directly in the middle of my crossroads. But I've done a complete 360. Doing the knowledge. Where am I going? Let me make sure this path is the right path. Because I watch everybody else's path, God. And look where it led them. Child molestation charges, fraud charges, just a goddamn weirdo with fingernails and hanging out with white folks. And where are we going? Are we still looking for somebody to follow? Who's the next savior for black people? When you got all these black women as God cats frauding the hell out of you? You got all these FBA cats frauding the hell out of you? But this one Pan-African has stood his ground. Ain't budge, ain't sway. Don't even want to look on the other side of the damn fence because I already know what's there. That's why I'm planning on this side of the fence. Because when I get over there, there's going to be nothing left for anybody to see. But bloodshed and destruction in the name of retribution. God damn it, I'll be 56 in a couple of days. So I'm either gonna lighten up or I'm gonna tighten up.
We know what you're doing.
Huh?
Let me bring my brother in real quick, General. Let me bring my brother
Yes,
in,
sir.
true and living, man. You know, he with me every celebration, every God anniversary, everything that's going on. He's been around since episode 1. You know what I'm saying? The BX on the Mr. Who is Who, the one who gave us uh, the my story and our story of hip hop and everything else in between. I'm speaking of none other than uh, my brother, our brother, the Black Dot is in the building.
Peace, peace,
Man, oh man, I
peace.
caught a great
Salute,
episode. We got Black Dot. Good.
salute, salute.
Black
Salute, Black
Dot was
Dot.
good with you, bro.
Yes, I've been listening in, and you know what I'm saying, very intense. But I just to piggyback off what God was saying, there is no more wish wash. There is no more riding the fence. You're either on this side or that side. And I think the times have dictated that more than anything else. I don't have time to be playing around no more. So what we gonna do? Or don't do it. Either it's done or not done. All this politically correct, stay in the middle field, try to appease everybody. We should be beyond that point at this time. So I salute everything the brother just said.
Black Power.
Indeed.
Black Dot, man, I know you with the fam, man. You understand what I'm saying? You been here since day 1. You understand what I'm saying? General King Samir, you been here since day 1 / day 2. You
Yes, sir.
understand what I'm saying? So, if y'all could take a few moments, man, to tell the family about your time here on Do the Knowledge Radio, what this platform means to you. You know what I'm saying? I would appreciate it. General, I'm gonna let you go last because yours is a lot more intricate. I done told the people, about you for I think 3,000 episodes. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Let me toss it to Black Dot,
Word.
so we can get back to the grandbabies. You know.
Yeah, so knowledge, boy, what you've done consistently has given a platform and a voice to so many consistently. I keep repeating that because uh, uh, when you talk about discipline in whatever field you in, it's really being consistent at it. It doesn't happen overnight. So whether 10 people are watching or 10,000 people are watching, you have consistently created this platform to give us a voice to express what we have to say. And I appreciate you for it. I love you. Like, cook food, and your advanced knowledge in a bunch of fields. You know what I'm saying? It's another thing I appreciate. You don't just have this platform for one denomination of people. You open it up for those who are willing to think, for those who recognize the diaspora of who we are collectively cannot be pinpointed into one specific group. You know what I mean? We're fighting for our identity. We're fighting to put all of this together for the war that we have to fight. And so all the little side differences, all of that's gotta dissipate at these moments in time. And so your platform is the platform, the premier platform, in my humble opinion, that I will always show support to. I will always come through. Right now, it's 2 days ago was my born day, and my
Word.
son lives in Delaware now, but he surprised me this morning. I opened up the door, my grandkids are here. And so that's why, that threw me off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm running around with them because I don't get a chance to see them, as much as I used to. And if any of you are grandparents, you understand that, that science. And so,
Yes,
again,
sir.
thank you so much. I appreciate you, God. I really do.
Appreciate you likewise, man. Honest to you and your family. You and your family show the world that you can not only win with your family, but that's the only win. That's the only win.
Indeed.
Many of us in the struggle, our family becomes collateral damage based off of what you had to navigate through very early on, doing this work and spreading the word all over the globe.
Yep.
So finding a way to come back and to reconcile and to show that out loud to the family, to reverse engineer what family means and to put the family back out front. That's a 180-degree turn in the right direction, and to be a point of reference as you are. You understand what I'm saying? The
Yes,
black
sir.
dot, a point of reference for us to look back in that Sankofa sort of mind state to move forward on how we can strategically win with our family and be successful.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Word up.
Definitely
Word up.
appreciate it.
So tell us about Urban X. Tell us about the books. You understand what I'm saying? I know you doing the thing, so I want to make sure that the captive audience that's tapped in right now get a chance to maximize.
Well, my first book came out 20 years ago. Hip Hop Decoded from its ancient origins to its modern day matrix. And it was to add just a little spiritual essence to what it is that we were seeing these young people create. Everything we do is spiritual. You know what I mean? Even in some of the things that we don't think are, because we're spiritual beings. And so looking at hip hop as this party and fun, that was cool when we were in those young stages. But as we got older and realized that the sound of the drum, the vocals, the movement of the body, and the images that we create all tell our story and fragmented pieces of our story. And so hip hop, when I looked at it after studying under the elders and doing the knowledge, I said, this is deeper than just partying and beats and rhymes. And so I wanted to put together a body of work that when we grew up, that it would be here for us to learn from, because I'm hearing a lot of, hip hop is a competitive sport and all. And I'm saying when we were kids, it was competitive. But when we grow up, now it has to be a tool, art as artillery, to move beyond that. Because when I hear sport, it keeps us in the mind frame of being juveniles. We are grown men with grown responsibilities, and our music has to move accordingly. And that's to say, I let the kids do what the kids do. When we put out music and we use our art, it has to have some kind of purpose. And then my second book, of course, was Urban Culture Decoded, which was really about showing young people how to navigate through the environment, on why the liquor store, the church, and the cash, check cash in place are all there as a part of social engineering that creates a maze that we have to get out of. And if we don't know how to get out of it because we running in place, nothing ever really changes for us. And of course, my final book, Gotta Laugh to Keep from Crying, I didn't start living until I thought I was dying. It's just my personal story, my ups and downs, my first love being hip hop, me growing up in the hood, and the personal, challenges of a hero's journey that one has to face. And I do a podcast with my son called Urban X TV, the #1 father and son podcast, where we come on every week to discuss all of the things going on in our community in real time. And we add our own little flavor to it, our own little satire to it. But the medicine is inside, or inside of the food. And I appreciate the continued support that we get.
Word up, word up, word up. So I know you got to go, but I appreciate the time. You understand what I'm saying? Tell us about this sale. You had a pre-sale going on. I'm about to cop me some hoodies. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I see you stunting on us with the hoodies and everything.
Yeah. That's another thing. We launched our own apparel company, and it was just to offset some of the expenses and recognize what wardrobe is. The operative word being war. So when we put something on, we want to make sure that it represents who we are collectively. And so shop urbanx.com right now. I just put out a whole new line. Yeah, there it is. Icon, Legacy, Built Different, and the Urban X athletic wear are just some of the hoodies that we got big, beautifully embroidered that's coming out for the equinox, so that when you wear it, it represents something important, because we, you know, we got to get back to representing who we are. Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Like that, I salute you. I love you, man. Honest to you, Mama Dot and the Dot Dynasty. You understand what I'm saying? The Dot Dynasty, you know, the fam, everybody excited for everything that's coming next for you and the family. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. And salute to the soldiers. Peace.
No.
Thanks to God. General, I know it's your turn, but I want to ask you some hip hop shit real quick, because I don't think people know you in that modality. They don't know how deep your roots go from an artist and some of your other background in regards to growing up hip hop and being influential in the hip hop space. We just know you as the militant, many of us, you understand? But many don't know the cultural background and the roots that you got with PRT and some other groups, you know what I'm saying? So since we just was in the hip hop, man, can you kind of share a little bit of that before we get into?
Man, I remember second grade, third grade, going to school, listening to Sugar Hill Gang for the very first time. And that changed my whole everything. It changed my whole persona, my whole character. It just changed me that very day. To become more musically inclined, you know, to this rap thing, you know, as we called it at that time. It wasn't called hip hop. It was just called rap. You know what I mean? To us anyway. So that kind of interested me more to want to learn how to rap. You know, I wanted to be like Sugar Hill Gang and Kool Moe Dee of that time. You know, man, it just led me to just dig as deep as I possibly could into music. You know, to become more of an overall musician. You know, then taking my drum talents to extremely high level, you know what I'm saying, winning championships in Jersey and stuff like that. So hip hop basically molded the music genius in me. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, I can't get away from it no matter how much I try. You know, to be honest, I don't listen to this new booty mumble jumble, you know, kill everybody in the damn house. And, you know, I don't listen to that stuff, man. You know, I would rather go back to the 80s and the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Or the early 80s or the late 70s, you know what I'm saying? Where it's more relatable. You know, I'm not a drug dealer. I don't know what it's like selling 20 pounds of coke. You know, I can't relate to that. That's not my lifestyle. You dig? So hip hop has molded me in more ways than I've honestly expected it to, because it also led me to the knowledge of self. You understand what I'm saying? Hip hop had a very strong root in who I am to this very day, militantly. That's because of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Listening to the Jungle Brothers and Public Enemy early, you know, my Uzi weighs a ton and all them, you know, tracks. So, it just molded me and led me to want more and more and more. And then, you know, learning about my father and my Jamaican side of, you know, my dad and all that. Oh my goodness. So listening to reggae at a very early age, you know, that played a very humongous part. So the collaboration of the two, you know, at a very young age, man, that's a powerful weapon for a child. You know, growing up listening to Yellow Man and oh my goodness, at that time, you know, he was the man. You know what I'm saying? So and even, you know, way before that, you know, before Bob Marley was even thought of. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to the classics, you know, to early reggae days, early hip hop days, and just study, you know, what was the content like back then? You know what I'm saying? Was they talking about murdering moms and killing babies and all that kind of stuff? No. You know, so I watched hip hop grow into what it is today. I can honestly say I was there day one, listening, being a fan. You understand what I'm saying? So I watched it grow to where it is, and I'm not happy. You know, and you know, it's a very deep situation, you know, with the whole political structure of the music industry and all that. You know, another conversation for another time. But we know, you understand what I'm saying, that foundational hip hop is the source of all hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? No matter what country we in, you know, whether it's reggae, whether it's soca, you know, R&B, you know what I'm saying? It's still poetry. You still putting words together. You see what I'm saying? It still ends up in a rhyme form somehow. So it took me a very long way musically. So with that being said, cooking up, reworking on the second album, the release of the Black Dragon. So I'm now in the process of production. I'm in production mode for the second album. You know what I'm saying? And I got my little studio set up so I don't have to depend on nobody now. So I want to give thanks to my brother, Holla Bean, you know, for looking out and putting things in perspective. You know what I'm saying? And guided me, say, hey, get this, boom, and you good, boom. I went and did that. I'm good. Off to the races. Album is being worked upon. Production stages. I haven't started writing yet. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's so much going on. It's like, man, where do I start? You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's called the release. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's so much going on. I gotta make sure it's right and exact mathematically and alphabetically as well. You dig? So
you know, me and Che gonna pull up because I'm gonna get the book out of you, and Che gonna get the documentary out of you. So you know
let's have
we
it.
pulling up. You know
Let's
we
have
pulling up. So since we doing the
Absolutely.
release, we might as well have the damn, you know, the full release.
Absolutely. Might as well have a full rollout, man.
Right.
For
That's
real.
right. Let's get it.
God
Let's
right
get
there.
it.
That's the
You
God
know,
right
I've been building, man. You know, I just got a new place. You know what I'm saying? So things is working, you know, in perspective. But don't worry, I will be black out in the woods. Don't worry, I will be black out. Survival mode. You know, right now I just got to get things, you know, put things in order and get it black rolling again because everything was taken, y'all. Everything, all the preps I've
Again.
been building up for
Yeah,
years.
add again.
You know what I'm
For like
saying?
maybe like the fourth or the fifth time. Again. Like
So
so again, yeah.
I'm rebuilding at least 20 years worth of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And that takes time. So I'm using my unhappiness as a motivation to get busy. stay focused, stay busy, you know, because I see a lot of us are selling out tremendously, you
I
know.
want to
So,
ask again, real quick, General, because episode 2, I shared this with Che. We just did a mathematical breakdown of the spook who sat by the door, and I know you personally had a relationship with Sam Greenlee, and I shared that with Che. I'm sure he was acquainted and he knew, but I wanted you, if you could, just a few minutes, what that relationship was like, and what did he actually say to you, in regards to the book, in regards to the film, and just kind of who he was, that you could gather in the time that you spent with him.
oh man, I'm gonna start with this. This is not gonna go where you think it's going to go. Sam Greenlee. Man. Sam was shocking. I was completely flabbergasted. I realized at that very moment, in sitting with Sam for at least a half hour, the first half hour, I gotta stop taking people on face value. I really have to start watching people like, I was disappointed. I was very extremely disappointed. The entire weekend, he stayed with us at our headquarters in Philly, because I chose to, secure him. Brothers reached out to us and we said, okay, boom, boom, boom. He's coming in the city. We're going to make sure this is the man who put my favorite movie
right
before the world. You know what I'm saying? You damn right. He can stay right here. Definitely. So, he had 24-hour security on him, different shifts. The reports that I got after I left my shift, we was ready for that man to go. And I'm just going to put it to you like that, y'all. We was ready for that man to get the hell out of Philadelphia. He kept insisting on going to the bar, which we kept insisting this is one bar you definitely do not want to step foot in. In North Philly.
Yeah, I'm about to say you was up there in North Philly. Yeah.
Okay, you listen to us, sir. This is our hood. You did. Okay. Now, if you want to have a drink or a few drinks, boom, we not really with that. But hey, we'll take you somewhere more elegantly suffice, where there's not a one way in, one way out type situation. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Somebody's closet, some damn where, speakeasy somewhere. Nah, we're not doing that. So we get to the bar that he just so insisted on going to, and he acted a complete ass in this bar, man. Acted a complete ass. Just became to the point where you're now embarrassing us. You understand what I'm saying? As well as yourself. But My straw was where my straw the first night. He got up and went and tried to holler at this cave bitch in the bar. So my troops looking at me, I'm looking at my troops like, what the hell is going on here? Wait a damn minute. So at that very point, all lines were crossed. You know what I'm saying? So Hey Rue went and picked him up, said, let's go. Dragged his ass up out of there. He ordered a hamburger and all kinds of, with some pork bacon on it and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, oh man, it was a mess, bro. And so we got back to the headquarters, and you know, me and the troops had a meeting, little quick meeting. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was just like floored, like, what the, yo, what is this? Like, this is Sam Greenlee? Like, yo, we were all extremely disappointed, man. So regardless of the fact, we still had a job to do to secure this man's life, period. You understand what I'm saying? But it just became to the point we was ready for this man to get out of our headquarters, get out of our city, take your ass back to New York, and don't come back. That was the first night. The second day, which was Saturday, where we did an event where he was speaking about the movie. Okay. That turned out to be disappointing. The event was excellent. You understand what I'm saying? The event was excellent. And I'm gonna get to the words he spoke in a minute. But the event was excellent. Now, after the event, you know, we had a meet and greet and book signing and all that type of stuff, right? So the sister who was hosting the event came running to me, said, King Samir, could you please get this man? He is constantly sexually harassing me. He's been doing it all day. It's like he always has something kinky to say. You understand what I'm saying? Which made her very uncomfortable now. She don't even want to be around him. So now she's ready for him to leave the city. Sunday. We about had enough of Sam. All he wanted to do was drink. So at that point, he was classified as alcoholic. Pretty much. That's all he basically wanted to do, drink. You know, and I know some of y'all saying, damn, well, why are you talking about him like that? The man dead. I know he's dead, but King Samir don't sugarcoat shit.
Right.
I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you the truth regardless of whom or what, whether you like me or not. I'm going to give you the truth. I don't know nothing else but that. I've been doing this work for way too long to lie to you. This man was a disappointment. So after everybody, you know, I guess came off of Fantasy Island about Sam Greenlee, you know, we saw the real Sam Greenlee. Sunday. No. Let me back up. Saturday night, headquarters. He said some things, man, that just made everybody in the room just call him a sellout. The man said he loved white women. He don't have a problem with white pussy. You know, things to that effect. Now, this conversation was sparked because I asked him, I said, let me ask you a question, Sam. And I want you to be honest with me. This was about the movie. I asked him, what made you, because nobody asked him at the event, what made him create the movie? So I asked him, and he said to me, it was basically like a fantasy. Like a superhero dream. That's not what he truly believes, but it was just something Black people needed at the time. So I said to him, what do you mean it's not something you truly believe? What do you believe? And this is where, you know, the whole I love white women and, you know, I drink and I'm going to do my thing. And, oh, okay. So now at that point, the bombs let loose. I bombed this man from pillar to post, from basement to the attic, back down again. Tore him up. Because now I see you as a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
I see you as a false flagger.
Mm.
I don't do well with false flaggers. Not in the street and damn sure not in the movement. And now you're in my domain. So I can kick your ass all night long. I wore him out. To the point he had nothing else to say to me. From Saturday night all the way into Sunday, where the event was held again. Because it was a 2-day event. But I still secured that man's life, as we made our word bond to. It was sad, man, to look up to someone with such a great mind. So somewhere along the line, Sam got off the path. And he said to me, you know, he never really meant for the movie to blow up as it did.
Really?
It was just something, you know, that was in his mind. That's what he was thinking. A what if. That's what the movie was based off of. A what if thought. Nothing real and concrete. Just a dream. That's a damn good dream. Okay? But the reality and the dream don't add up. That math was definitely not mathing at all. There was no equation whatsoever. And I said to him, I said, Sam, brother, that alcohol is going to kill you. He left Philly, went back to New York. About a week later, I got a report. He was now living in the streets in New York. Homeless. How? With all this great vision, how is it our elders keep ending up with nothing? Or in this particular case, older. Not an elder at all. Not a jigna at all. This man was a true and living savage. That's the reality of us sometimes, y'all. We expect, we hold people to a certain degree because of what they do or who they claim to be. But behind those closed doors, behind the Philly Panther headquarters doors, it was not good. So now we had to make sure there was no spook sitting behind our goddamn door.
Definitely had one up in there spooking.
Yo, man, I mean, it was extremely.
It goes to the character, though, Lord. When you first told me that episode 2, I wasn't surprised. I was glad that you said it, but then you add in the additional layer. In the garden, I was going through, the film for all intents and purposes, and contrasting it to the book. And my question was, when is it okay to be an agent?
Mm-hmm.
So if this was something fanciful in his mind, this was something that he had romanticized in his mind, but didn't have the heart to bring to reality, that was the conflict. So he'd be an agent on both sides, like the character, the guy who was supposed to be the protagonist. I didn't call him the protagonist. This guy was in the military, went to the CIA, left the CIA, and went back and became a social worker in the neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, if we're looking at this, like, okay, when is it okay to be an agent? Is this acceptable? Is this some Thurgood Marshall situation we dealing with right here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing with this, and how far are we looking at it? Because they like, yo, this movie, blah blah blah, and I understand the sentiments, but the analysis there, I'm like, yo, what's up with these aspects? His best friend is the police. He got a bed wench next to him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what about this is appealing at all? You understand what I'm saying? Like, the shorty he got off the street was more revolutionary than all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like the profile that's being shown and the story that's being told, I'm looking at it like, boom. And then when you add in that aspect about him, on the street, thereafter, he laying in the spot like his man was laying in the film. All of these things are happening, and he about to check out. You know what I mean? So, my theory in that was maybe this story is being told from the quote unquote guy Dan Freeman, like his light flashing before his eyes type situation, versus how they were kind of framing it, as it started off here and ended up here, like they was telling it in reverse. You know what I mean? So, Che is the illest with the, from the movie perspective. So I'm like, we could kind of build.
What was your perspective, Che?
You on mute, Lord.
Well, when we spoke about it, I pretty much went from a technical, looking at the director of the film and from his point of view, and I expected the fantastic bullshit, you know, like I expected that just off of the premise of the movie. You know, it's crazy because I ain't gonna lie, after listening to you and what you just said about the brother, I actually want to go back and look at the whole film again now. From because now I have a whole nother perspective of looking at it from that, you know, and just understanding that the fact that it was fantasy, because I always looked at it like it was sold as fantasy just so we can get out to us. You know what I'm saying? If you look up the film, they always say that the movie is satire, and I always looked at it like that was some bullshit. But now, from listening to what you're saying and from hearing what he said about the film himself, I mean, now it seems a whole nother perspective. Now the movie seems like pure satire now.
Which threw me for a loop because, like I said, that was my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now even I had to look at it from a different perspective and say, now why?
See, when I read the book,
like of all places to start him from, why the CIA?
Right.
Yeah.
What was your reasoning for picking that specific job of employment? Now we got to go back to the very, very beginning, where the cracker said they got to make it seem like they're there for the equality.
Right.
In 1969, you know, that time frame, the tail end of the 60s into the 70s.
Where now the Black Liberation Army is on the rise, and you see it. So from the very beginning, I had to look at it from a completely different perspective as of why. Why did you make this particular movie? Why was he here? Why was this job? Boom, 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 boom. Because your whole persona in reality made me question why. You see what I'm saying? Because I wasn't questioning the why at first.
Right.
Before I entered the realm of reality, spending 3 days with the man. You understand what I'm saying? Which drove me completely insane.
When I looked at that discussion that he had with Willie about the white folk situation, I never not lost focus of that. I never not lost focus of that. And I was like, this is the dichotomy where this is the way in. Because he wasn't like that with none of the other brothers. He's like that with Willie, right? And, you know, this guy, for all intents and purposes in real life, was one of them tag-alongs who tagged along because he was ostracized from where he was in real life.
Right.
So he got welcomed in and he stuck. You know, we take anybody, you know, whether you got an afro, you pick your afro out and then you start talking like Huey Newton and kneeling and shit. We take, he got RBG shoelaces. I knew he was one of us. You know, is that an unk that looked like a Prince cross? Like, we just take anybody. We'll take anybody.
Dolly Parton don't like Trump.
Yeah, right.
She invited to the cookout.
She good for us. She good with us, right? Right. So when I seen that relationship, I was like, oh, this is where he's shrouded. But in the book, he said that he would take them light brights to all of these parties. Right. So these barely passing in between both lines, you know, and on the weekend he dealing with Shorty, who he quote unquote revolutionized. So he made her a spy. He never stopped being a spy. He came back to see where it goes to practice because he didn't go on any maneuvers. Imagine who he would have become had he gone on a maneuver or two. You understand what I'm saying? Out there truly spooking, but they had him, quote unquote, in this sub basement, learning vicariously on the real ills and the evils, and then you're taking that back. But we're not dealing with this thing from a practical perspective. I don't see
Right.
you in the field. You understand what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't see you in the field. And all of them operatives that they had was black was in the field. So that's another contrast that's missing. Right?
Mhm.
So he goes from the military, like I said, to this place and then to social work. And now he's in Chicago with oversight on the root agitator of the problem and the militants against the problem, and he got the best seat in the house. So he got these operatives in play, playing guerrilla, and he's an agent the entire time. You see what I'm saying? Like he took off one uniform, put on another, took off
No,
that
no, no.
uniform and put on another.
Yep.
So I'm like, even in the fancifulness of this, you know, Che was breaking down certain
He
people
never
you could
stopped
point
being
to,
an agent.
right, and where he was sparked from to actually write these profiles that he's presenting. Who was this person? Who was that person? Who this person was in real life? You understand what I'm saying? Where he jacked this shit from and all of that. So he kind of put it all together. And for him to come from the same town as Steve Coakley, you understand what I'm saying? Like of all the places in the world where he could be, right? So he writes that. He writes The Spook Who Sat by the Door and Baghdad Blues. And then he starts talking about a foreign service officer in the conflict of Baghdad. You understand what I'm saying? And we know whose parents was foreign service officers. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, is that really Baghdad Blues? You got this black dude running around, a foreign service officer over there in Baghdad at the height that people don't even know about in the 50s. You see what I'm saying? So the precipice kind of the lead up to this. So is this the same guy that they got? And then they switch him from the Baghdad conflict and he leaves and then he retreats for a little bit and then he becomes the spook who sat by the door over here. Like these stories having overlap in regards to what it is, where he's putting it in this kind of way. And this is a fanciful sort of imagination, but it's based off of true events. Go ahead, Shay. What you about to say?
Nah, I was listening. I pretty much said what I was saying. I mean, I really want to look at the whole film now from a whole different perspective because at the end what King Samir said, it's like I'm really in it. To me, the most thing I'm stuck on is his purpose of making the movie. Like I always looked at it like the purpose of making this movie was to put this revolutionary work out there and to get it out there for us to inspire people to create, you know. And I always looked at the parallels from he drew from this, he drew from that. But listening to what you just said, listening to what Knowledge Born just said, it looks more like a profiling.
Right.
You know, it absolutely looks more like a profile. So yeah.
The Willie Lynch letter wasn't available to everybody. We come from revolutionary ties. So for people to come on later, right? The Willie Lynch letter, we know, God, you know you broke down the Rex 84 plan better than the motherfuckers who made it, right? For them to come back later and to go at, the Willie Lynch letter, the Rex 84 plan. You understand what I'm saying? And then all of these things and sort to play the game of subtle with it and say, well, you know, this was fake, or, you know, this black dude right here wrote this and all that. And they put this in the mouth of somebody like a Dick Gregory and some of the others. You understand what I'm saying? Like, very conveniently, how they would utilize this kind of improper propaganda and use improper propaganda operatives in play to gloss over it. So now, when you look at it, you don't look at, okay, I can recognize this behavior in my living room. I already got the preset that this is fake. Oh, I got the preset that these coffins and these body bags that they got, that like they relegated to what's that devil that died that everybody was all over. I don't know if he dead or whatever his name, Alex Jones, right? So they're Alex Jones. You see what I'm saying? So you stuck in that little place where you're more comfortable than that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear Steve Coker. You want to hear William Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you going that way as far as it goes. Like, so I'm like, this is the point to where that these deeds that the devil do, they make them appear fair seeming. You see what I'm saying? So you'll buy into it. you'll buy into it and you won't question it. And again, back to you, Che. Like, this is why the Agent series that you created is so important, because most folks, they're not going to be able to go back. They're not going to be able to grasp that. They, again, looking at behavior, looking at the profile, looking at the people, and all of those things, like, it becomes very important.
Absolutely.
So
General,
look,
I know your time running out. So I want
no, I still got a little bit. So want to build on this through the knowledge journey.
Yes, sir. Trial transcripts and all.
Absolutely.
Woo, boy. man. What a ride. Definitely been a ride. Since episode 2. And it's crazy because I remember it like it was like we just did it yesterday.
Militarization of the black community. Arm yourself or harm yourself. Yeah.
I remember location. I remember the exact spots I was. Everything about that particular cipher, I remember it very clearly. Even, it was that episode we saved that brother's life, right?
That's right.
Okay. Boom. So that was the starting point for Black survival.
Mm-hmm.
Me not even formulating another Black survival program, radio-wise.
Right.
But that was the catalyst from episode 2. That was the catalyst for Black survival.
Mm-hmm.
So and even all the other episodes, I started realizing, I said, damn, okay, so boom, after episode 2, I really started listening. I said, damn. And I'm on a bunch of other little radio programs here and there, boom, boom, boom. But it's something that stood out about you. And I kept saying to myself, I said, damn, this man, he goes hard. I like that. Ain't no soft, milly mouth, trying to appeal to everybody and appease everybody, and just, because you can't teach the truth like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you start relegating the real message just to accommodate, you can't teach like that. So I said, okay, with my fire and his rawness and realness, yeah, this is gonna go somewhere. Little did I expect.
You popped up in the cipher one day. It's like, all right, came in there bombing ass.
Hey, it just, and that was just me. Right? That's just me. That's what I do. I just listen. If she ain't right, I'm gonna make it right. If it ain't, listen. Khalid Muhammad taught me to take charge of my post in all Black Nation property in view.
Damn right.
If it ain't right, I'm gonna make it right, so everybody can enjoy themselves. But we got to stand on truth, and that's what I loved about Do the Knowledge. Stands on truth, justice, retribution. And I listen to a lot of these, well, not now, but trying to learn the who's of the podcast world to see, where all they come from. A lot of y'all wasn't doing this.
Right.
Let me say that again. Listen to me closely. A lot of y'all was not doing this until you heard Do the Knowledge Radio. So instead of getting on board, a lot of you became selfish. I'm going to start my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But look where you end up. Coming through Do the Knowledge Radio any damn way to run your little program.
Right.
Make it make sense. You hate it so much that you wanted to go start your own thing, and end up having to come back to get the programming that you need to run your own thing and do your own thing through somebody else in which you hated on in the first damn place. Now make that make sense. It doesn't, do it. It just don't add up. But see, that's the realness and the reality of Do the Knowledge Radio, because it's so much broader than your average perspective. See, your average perspective improperly teaches you how to become programmed. This is a deprogramming what's the word I'm looking for? A deprogramming cipher.
This is what the drop squad is supposed to be.
Because when you
not
step
the
foot,
Spook Lee version.
right, when you step foot in here, there's no way your mind is going to leave the same way it came in.
Shit.
And I'm going to say it honestly, especially when I came on.
Game changer.
I had to make sure that I gave you the knowledge for you to take back and teach somebody else, whether it was the actual physical survival trainings or we just busting up through the lessons or some Baba Baruti books.
Right.
But either way, your ass got this work. And I'm not about sparing and man, listen, because that's only gonna make you weak. We're about making rebels over here. This was a place for the rebels. Straight up. That's how Do the Knowledge Radio started out, for the rebels. And knowledge opened the doors to a broader perspective. Why? Because that's what knowledge is. It ain't just 1 degree. Knowledge is 360 degrees. A lot of y'all ain't even touched 2 yet. Because you're so stuck in that whack-ass truth you believe in. Ah, damn it, I said it. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't talking about the black man as God,
What the hell are you talking about?
that's the only God I know. When I look at a black man, I see God, so said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Shit.
So I'm trying to figure out why we still running around trying to figure out who the hell we are. When we have told you time and time and time a goddamn again. And shown and proven time and time and time again. At one point, I felt like I was just repeating my damn self. I had to stop. Whoa, wait a damn minute. No, ho. This ain't basic retarded education. My seeds understood this knowledge at 1 year old.
Shit.
So what's your damn excuse? You running around, oh, we ain't African, we indigenous. We ain't indigenous, we Moors. We ain't Moors, we this, and you a damn fool. Shut up. The black man is God. We sound crazy as hell in 2026, still trying to figure out who we are. When Do the Knowledge Radio has told you in more than one perspective from more than one teacher.
Right.
So have you really been doing the knowledge? Or you just a fan? You just want us to get you riled up. and you ain't gonna do a damn thing. Riled up for an hour and do nothing for the next 23 hours. But every Wednesday night, we brought it to you. Me being put on the ground by the police and all types of stuff went down.
Right. On air.
On air, live and direct.
Live and direct.
Huh?
Right. Smack dab in the middle of class.
It don't get no realer than that.
I got to pay $20,000 for some transcripts from a show that they could use a court order to get.
Huh? Immediately.
Immediately.
Man, we've been through some rocky roads. All for you, listeners, watchers, agents,
provocateur,
collaborators,
sellouts, bastards.
Damn, everybody. We went through the whole alphabet. God damn.
Right.
But we brought it to you. Damn it, it ain't getting no realer than King Samir being rated live on the air. And you think this still a joke?
10-minute shows.
Cut off in the middle of the damn. I'm building hard too, boy. Flip. Crackers don't play with us.
I'm looking at my chat. I see Blog Talk customer service reps in the chat. What they doing?
Hey, we bought everybody out.
Emails, texts.
We bought everybody out. People from all over the world, agents from all over the world.
I got compared to the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, I got a promotion that day.
Yes.
Knowledge Born is no different than the Ku Klux Klan. Why? Motherfucker? Why?
We bought them out. Y'all hear me? If you haven't been listening, and to those who have been listening, you know we bought them out.
Yep.
I think we had the most cut shows in all the goddamn Blog Talk Radio.
Right.
All of YouTube.
I know. It's been 20 times I'm talking to now.
When you came home, boom, done. Done deal. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Damn. Right in the middle of this shit. The British lady. The British lady came and got us. Boom.
Man. But that's the reality of being real. You see what I'm saying? We gave y'all the realness, the rawness. Wasn't nobody doing that. And ain't nobody still doing that. Not what Do the Knowledge is doing. Hell no. No. These niggas is whack.
Right.
Drink Champs is whack. A bunch of damn alcoholics in everybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Whack. Vlad and all these Peckerwoods, you niggas is going on here running off at your damn mouth and wonder why you locked up in prison 2 days damn later.
Yep.
With federal charges.
Yep.
Federal charges.
RICO charges. Ain't coming home charges. Nah, man. We not selling our soul. We're going to give you this truth, and you can take it or leave it the hell alone. But you cannot say we didn't warn you. We warned you time and time again. We warned you that this very day was coming. And I strived my hardest, gave everything that I could possibly give you to get you prepared.
To bug
Get
out, to
you
bug
ready.
in, anything you could do. You turn your car into a bug out vehicle. Or
In any
every
kind of
kind
perspective,
of
I mean, I
shit.
just had to dig into my brain like, yo, it's so much wider, so much more you can do, and I gave it to you. Gave it to you. Because
Folks is
that's,
homesteading now. They living off the grid.
huh?
Folks is
You
living
see
in their
him?
car.
You see
Like
him?
it's a regular thing now. It's like,
Okay,
oh,
okay, good. I didn't want to say it. You said it, so there you go. Because y'all wasn't doing this.
right.
Let's just be honest here.
Y'all crazy niggas want to go live in the woods. Y'all done lost your goddamn mind. Right? Like all of this shit, like everything.
That's
Oh,
right.
we need to know about prepping. Oh, we need to know about canning. Oh, we need to know about this. Oh, we need to know how to purify water.
And
Oh,
I
they
gave it.
running out of water. Look, they running out of water. The data centers is taking the water. Like all of this shit, like every kind of eventuality that they would go on National Geographic and see some graphics doing and look at it like nothing. They'll watch Leave the World Behind. They'll watch Leave the World Behind. They
It's
will
fine.
watch it and look at it and be like, oh.
Yep.
So
But here we
literally
are.
how it goes, right? From one dimension to the next.
But here we are. Been getting you prepared. Giving you the same shit you watching every day. Naked and Afraid and all these dirty ass Peckerwoods running around butt ass naked like damn cavemen and women.
Oh man, niggas was watching that shit when I was locked up, man. What the hell is this? What the hell is this savagery right here we watching?
You know, cats actually tried to get me to go on there. Like, you should go. Shut up, fool. The hell I look like my Chicken George chest running around with some naked damn cave bitch on national television, hugged up at night trying to keep warm with this flea-ridden bitch. Itching and scratching all day. What the hell wrong with y'all? Hell no. God damn it. But I gave it to you on Do the Knowledge Radio.
That's it. Most of the archives survived. Most of them still around. King, I got my final guest in the building. So, General, give us, your closing remarks. I want to make sure they get a little bit of time to come do what they do. We get up out of
The
here.
album, the release of the Black Dragon is coming very soon. Very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. I will definitely keep everybody posted. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to do some major things. Y'all know when I'm quiet, I'm cooking up something. So I'll be back at you very, 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 very shortly. Very shortly. Like with the survival trainings, survival classes. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting things back in order, just trying to get everything situated again, back in order. So pick up where we left off and we can keep it rolling. You dig? So your Black survival class will be black very, very, very soon. Just gotta map out time frames and got a lot going on right now. So I gotta make sure it's gonna be right and exact. You dig? And we're gonna take it on a whole nother level this time. A much more advanced level. Because those students, you should be at the point where we left off, which was at the advanced level by now. You understand what I'm saying? You should have been utilizing all of that training and putting it into practice with your family, with your girlfriend, your side chick or your side dick. You should have been utilizing it. Especially now, because this cracker is coming to get ready to start kicking your damn doors in. Concentration camp, you go. So you have a choice. The choice is definitely yours. Survive or die. That's it.
Wartime to you, General. Thank you.
Wartime.
Coming through on the whim.
That was a pleasant surprise seeing Big Bro come through.
Word is bond.
And yo, just so you know, man, I took heed to what you said, man. I'm gonna let that shit go, man. I mean, I'm gonna let that shit go. I ain't tripping on that no more, man.
Brother, you stand your ground, but at the same time, we gotta formulate. And cats is either with us or they not, or they gonna get rolled the hell over. Word is bond. And it's sad to say it's gonna be a lot of us first that we gonna have to roll the fuck over because they in the way. A lot of these cats and kitties is in the way, bro. In the way. A lot of y'all favorite damn jigaboos is in the way. Y'all keep following these motherfuckers and find out where you end up. Keep following them. While the real ones been sitting in your face the entire damn time. Because we still standing. But y'all scared of me. And I understand why. I understand. Because I'm going to challenge you to fight this cracker. You ain't going to be around me and be no damn punk. You going to fight this white man. I'm going to put your ass to the test. But y'all scared of that. That's why you'd rather run around with Yada, beat your girl up, take your money. Those the kind of leaders y'all want. The Dolly Parton fans. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Say Blickety, man, you done held it up with me for a whole nother. We done did a godathon in this time frame, man. You understand? Let me play this shout out from Digital Underground's own, the one and only Young Hawk in the building.
Yo, see this right here? This is special. It's 11 years, baby. Do the Knowledge Radio, man. My brother Knowledge born a lot. Yo, Do the Knowledge Radio, 11 years, man. They don't get no more scientific, man. Peace to the gods. Young Hump in the house. You know what we doing. Rocking out. Do the Knowledge Radio. Yo.
So I'm going to wave my right hand like this, and I'm going to do my knowledge blame. Ladies and gentlemen, it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the other Virgo. The Virgos have been trampolizing this platform today. You understand what I'm saying? Black Dot, King Samir, the one and only. The overweight Virgo in the house. Young Hump in the building.
He said the overweight Virgo in the house. Shay Black, what up?
You're good with it, Young.
Oh man, I'm here. Had to come make some time for the Do the Knowledge Radio Situation Knowledge. Boy, what up, baby?
It's your birthday. Okay. Do the Knowledge. It's
Yo,
your
hello?
birthday.
Audio? We there? Okay,
I
what's
hear
up?
you.
What's up?
I hear you.
Yeah, what's up with it, man? Peace to the gods, man. I had to come through, make a little time. It's 10,000. It's 96 degrees in the shade in LA right now. I got 14 air blowing devices going in different rooms, but I still threw some shit on for y'all, man, because I had to come represent, man. Congratulations, 11 years, Lord. Major.
Word up.
So,
You was there for the Cypherversary. You and
Yeah, I can't hear
you and
you,
Che.
Knowledge Born.
You can't hear me?
Why? Come on, and I mess up the microphone. Damn.
Oh shit.
nah, I hear you. I hear everybody. You hear
Yeah,
me? Huh?
I hear you, but I don't hear Knowledge Born. That's wild. That's wild. Wait,
Getting right back. Getting right back. Let me bring on another addition, another wonderful addition to Do the Knowledge Radio's Pantheon in history. One who brought the divine feminine energy necessary to bring some balance to this platform. We've been thugging for a little while. You understand what I'm saying? Let's put our hands together and show some love for Panoia Starseed Podcast on in the building. Goddess Rael in the building. Okay.
Hey, peace, knowledge.
Pisces in the building. Pisces, Virgo,
Now the
Cancer.
Virgo
Y'all rocking. Okay, the water in the earth is rocking up in here. All right, the water in the earth caused a hurricane, a tornado, tsunami, whatever it is. All right, so boom. Young Hump,
boom. What up?
you good?
Yep, I hear everybody now. We back.
All right,
Yep.
all right, all right.
Peace.
Peace. So I'm glad to have y'all here. You understand what I'm saying? Glad to have y'all here. So y'all been here rocking, okay? Young Hump, you was there last year at the Cypherversary. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Do the
that's
knowledge is
right.
your birthday. You
Come
understand what
on.
I'm saying?
Yeah, do that
So
knowledge. It's your birthday. Yeah.
word
Woo.
up.
For everybody paying attention, so they get the reference to that in one of my other rhymes, I be like, Humper Nicholas, your birthday, talk about myself. But when I kicked the acapella at the God's event, I substituted my name for Do the Knowledge. So like, Do the Knowledge is your birthday. I was very proud of that moment. And I was happy that the God heard it and no one was in your ear pulling your attention. You ever be rhyming to do something, you want your man to hear something, and somebody's in there, yeah, and they miss it, but you caught that. I was like, the God always catches that.
that's it. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't catch it if I wasn't doing the knowledge. So,
Come on.
Goddess Rael, your time here with a podcast here. You did all kind of stuff over here. You understand what I'm saying? You came in here with your light shining, you know what I'm saying, and your work ethic, you know, built off an extension of Panoia Starseed podcast over here as well. So what's been your journey and experience? Okay, let me not infer no more. Let me pass the mic to you. You know what I'm saying? And
So shout
allow
out to
you to
you,
speak yourself.
knowledge. Shout out to you for master number 11 years. And yes, you have opened up your platform to me, made it like a home over here. I was at we had a podcast called Seeds of the Sun, with Sunshine Monet L. Me and Sunshine were here on this podcast.
Another Virgo. Look at that. See how it goes?
And
We
then
here.
it's also a Starseed over there on Panoia Starseed podcast. I met Knowledge a while ago at Clone Clubhouse with Maulisa, and I saw Nick there too. That's where I met Nick and Sunshine. So I ended up meeting all you guys at one time while I was building up my podcast, and it has been an amazing experience. You have opened your doors, open your heart, open your platform up, and allowed me to introduce myself to your fans, to your followers, to your, I don't know, because I call mine Starseed. So, but to the Knowledge Radio fan base. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do. And, we love you on Panoia Starseed podcast. He is the story alchemist over there.
Yes.
And he helps us get our stories together, teaches us how to tell our own stories in our own words in order to, I guess, stand in our highest power and reflect our highest light. And I love that about him because he's always willing. Like tonight, it's Panoia Poetry, and he'll be in the building. after Do the Knowledge Radio. So he been here doing work all day, and then he comes to do poetry tonight on Prenoia Poetry. So again, you talk about dedication. When I came to podcasting and I saw how many shows a day you did, I was like, oh, I was just doing Saturdays, and then I was like, okay. And then I talked to Knowledge. I'm gonna share some personal, because I started my podcast in 2021, and I got in contact with Knowledge, and he said something to me that has always stuck to me, and now he knows, like, I'd be like, before I say anything, I say, let me check my calendar, right? And that comes from Knowledge, because he said, if you don't got no calendar, I don't believe you got nothing going on. If you ain't going to check your calendar, and that's true. At that time, I had so much going on, but I was not organized like I am now. I got we got shows now back to back. I was hoping to be more like you, but now I'm a little bit too much like you, and I need a little break. You don't know how you do it. Like, we have like 30 shows a week over there on Prenoia, and but shout out to you for always coming through. You do your show, then you come and do the poetry show, and you always show up for us when we do our own individual shows, and I love that, and I appreciate that. It's really it's more than I could ever ask for from anyone. Just that kind of dedication and loyalty. You don't get that like that anymore. You really don't. You don't find that genuine care. You don't have to pop in on every podcast, but you do, and so that's why, again, you can continue to build an empire like Do the Knowledge Radio, because not only are you building an empire, but you're building trust with the people who come here, and they trust the information that you give to them. And that means a lot in this age, where I know your last guest was talking about, like, these influencers and people that we listen to, and that's going to be changing over this shift. The things that people are going to want to listen to and the information they're going to want to hear, it's going to change over time. It's changing as we move through this shift. So shout out to you for being a pioneer in this movement, and thank you for being an inspiration to me and Prenoia Starseed Podcast.
What a bomb, man. That's what I'm talking about. With Caesar's Son, with you coming over, with you sharing, and then you welcoming me on your platform as a guest, and then as a contributor. That's a whole nother level. You understand what I'm saying? I was telling stories. I was doing some alchemy, but I was never the story alchemist until it was bestowed upon me. You know what I mean? So now I'm the story alchemist. I could walk in that, because that's something that I lived in. Just didn't have the right nomenclature. You understand what I'm saying? So, for Divine to put it on your heart to, put that out there, and the story alchemist is alchemizing the minds of folks to be able to share their story, to build up the confidence, because we ain't conning nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Build up the confidence for you to see the divine in you, to begin to use your God voice and God energy for that purpose of creation or destruction, whatever, you deal with. We build with it or we destroy with it. You see what I'm saying? Building on the positive, destroying the negative. So, you created a platform that speaks to the universe always conspiring in your favor. And now you have the physical elements to go along with as a caveat to what the universe is doing. So you got a dream team. You got a Prenoia dream team of folks that's around, and there's nothing like being insulated by people you love, you trust, and you fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, you fuck with them and they fuck with you, and now we doing this all together as a conglomerate. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a different kind of space and level. So how does it feel, to be in season 6, one of your longest running seasons, right? And to be surrounded and insulated by people in that kind of way, in their offerings and their gifts and their talents, teaming up with you, so you can shine brighter.
So it's bigger than me, right? Like, I started Prenoia just thinking I need to get the shit that's coming through me out. Like, because I'm a channeler. If you don't know, I channel messages. And it was just like a lot of downloads. And so I decided for Divine. I listened to Divine, said, open up, start this podcast. I didn't know where it was going to go. And I fought tooth and nail because I knew it felt like I was supposed to be like what we have now was supposed to be, but I just didn't know how to get there. And so in building Pronoia, I knew I had intuition, but I learned discernment. And when I learned discernment, that's when I surrounded myself with the right people. And now being insulated and being surrounded by people who I can truly trust and people that I can have my star seeds to trust, because that's even more important to me, are the star seeds that I am responsible for this lifetime spiritually, to guide and that trust me with their spiritual wellness. They come to Pronoia and they trust me. And then the people that I bring here, when I say I trust them, then they automatically trust them. So I had to learn discernment. And once I did, then I was surrounded by the right people. But it took discernment. It took it wasn't intuition. Because intuition will tell you, yeah, this person is from your lifetime, your past life or something, right? Like you'll feel that intuition that you know that person. But discernment will say that was that motherfucker that killed you last lifetime, or this is the person that's supposed to love you this lifetime. You have to learn discernment. And I had to learn that. I was just living off of intuition. Like, yeah, I'm feeling this vibe, feeling that vibe. But it was like, yeah, the reason why you feel so close to this person, it was the last person you saw before you closed your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn discernment. And once I did that, though, the people around me, now I know it's not even about trusting other people. I trust myself. I trust my discernment. And I know that the star seeds have nothing but the best in mind for the star seeds that come to watch. Because over at Pronoia, it's like a university. We're not talking to people who are not already awakened. We're not trying to wake people up. We're talking to those who are already awoke and are on their path and need a little direction or need a little tool here and there or a little reminder. I always say I am the spark. I'm not here to teach anybody anything. I'm here to spark what you already knew and just bring it back to your remembrance. So shout out to the star seeds that Divine has led me to, who have taken on and said yes to their call and their mission, because this is a part of their mission as well. Every last one of us is teaching someone else something. We are making an impact one way or another. So I'm very proud. I'm extremely proud of where Pronoia is and where we are going.
Dope. This. Let me play this drop from one of our Starseed facilitators, Mr. Westbrook. Okay?
Yes.
I ain't gonna call him by his moniker no more. He said it's retired, so I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him be. You know what I'm saying? Jersey dude out here. You know what I'm saying?
Peace, family. This is your math metaphysician, aka numerologist, Supreme Numerics, here to give a shout out to my Jersey brother, the incomparable living legend in the realm of documenting our culture and our consciousness, Knowledge Born Allah. Congratulations on 11 years of Do the Knowledge Radio. Double one is that knowledge in the supreme math. And that is precisely what you have provided to the people over the past decade and change. Double dosages of knowledge alongside the wise words spoken by you and the wise words spoken by all who have graced this platform over the years. As a master number anniversary falling on a master number day, the 11 represents the spirit you have awakened in the hearts and minds of the collective and the guiding light you have shown on our pathway. And to the DTK radio family, please continue to support this brother's work by tapping into the platform, spreading the word, and donating funds towards the expansion of this platform, as well as the expansion and circulation of the Voices of the Diaspora series. And to Knowledge Born, keep up the great work, my brother, and I wish you 11 more years of growth, success, knowledge dissemination, and cultural documentation, and contributions to the raising of our consciousness and enlightenment. I salute you. Peace.
Look at him, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta show out, man.
Right.
To the Capricorns. You know what I'm saying? They gotta show out. They gotta show out. Shout out to the Capricorns. Sun, moon, and rising. You understand what I'm saying? The goats. Oh, yeah. going it up. You know what I mean? Going it up.
I love that he talked about that number 11 too. And then he also, I wanted to talk about that 11 being reduced down to the number 2, which is the divine feminine. Well, shout out to Knowledge Born Allah, who has always honored the divine feminine energy. Whenever, since day one, when I got ready to come over here, I think this was one of the first platforms I ever was interviewed on, and I was nervous. And I told Knowledge, I was like, listen, because I know I'm on some other, like I'm all in the goddess energy. I am. And a lot of people can't feel it, they don't understand it, they trying to understand it. I get it, but I'm all into the goddess energy. And so I was like, look, I don't know if I'm gonna. Knowledge said, listen, he made me so comfortable. I came over here, and not only did I come back, I came back and made it a home. So shout out to you for always respecting and making me feel respected in this space. I always feel like, again, like it's not like a debate. I love to hear knowledge being shared, but I don't really care for debates. I mean, we can definitely talk about, having different points of view, but it's enough of that out there. And when I come here, I just feel like it's a tribe. It's people of like-mindedness sharing information. Even if it's not, we aren't on the same page, we know how to talk in a way it's not like a debate. And so I love to come here on Do the Knowledge Radio. And I love to pop in when you have different guests, because you're always on. This is like the Truman Show. It's like 24 hours a day, live TV. You can always pop on. There's somebody here on Do the Knowledge Radio. And if not, you have so many videos that you can go back and watch. So shout out to you again for, you building an empire. Truly, you have built an empire.
I received that now. The greatest of all time, my brother Tahir RBG, our brother Tahir RBG, he said that. He called this, he was the first person to call this the empire. He was like, the Do the Knowledge Radio empire. And I was like, I kind of try to dodge it. You understand what I'm saying? But if a Capricorn tell you something, they telling you something to tell you something. You understand what I'm saying? So when he said it, he meant it, and he stood with it, and he stood for it too. You see what I'm saying? Another one on the road, up and down the road, making things happen. You see what I'm saying? I met him here. On Do the Knowledge Radio. I was on with Lone Star RBG. I went for a commercial break, played one of Tahir's songs. I don't remember what song it was. I came back. I went to the phone lines, and he was on. Understand what I'm saying? Like, literally, it happened. Like, so, the Blog Talk space, you could call in. It was a phone number to call in. You see what I'm saying? And you press 1 to go on the host queue. And I come back, and he on the phone. I'm thinking like, yo, maybe he telling me like, yo, don't be bootlegging my, you know what I'm saying? Don't be bootlegging my, but he's like, nah. He's like, play it all the time. So it became another staple. You see what I'm saying? Another staple. One of my favorite UF songs, The Hate Produce. You know what I'm saying? My brother right here, he shot the visual for the joint. You see what I'm saying? Like, still one of the greatest visuals I've seen to be incorporated into the mix of revolutionary music and then just hip hop music that's dope. You understand what I'm saying? And that was one of the rawest verses I heard from Tahir back then. You know what I'm saying? Before that, it was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That was something another level. So I was like, oh man, shut the borders down and let us get our purge on. I'm like, shit, who this? Who this right here? I love this. Right. So yeah, I mean, this has been a run. This has been, a journey. It's been a sojourn, but it's been a beautiful struggle. No Talib. You know what I'm saying? It's been a beautiful struggle. No Talib. Oh man, Godspeed. Tell us about tonight. Tell us about Pernod Starseed podcast. Tell us about everything that you got going on that you can promote at this time. I know you got more stuff that you can't tell us about.
I got some special stuff going on.
So
actually, I got a special, for September. We have a special guest. We have, I've been playing his music on all of the reels over and over to get the Starseeds in the mood and then get them ready. So on September the 5th, Dante Amare is going to be in the building. He's one of my favorite artist. And I reached out to him, and he would gladly said yes. So he'll be on Prenoya Starseed podcast on the 5th of September. We are rolling out the calendar. It will be out hopefully by tomorrow. I have to work on that, but the Starseeds are in the building. So tonight is Prenoya Poetry. This will be the third Prenoya Poetry for this season, and we are packed. When I say I don't even know if I have enough space backstage, so I'm hoping people stagger in because we have many poets coming on tonight. A lot of featured poets. There is a poetry community here in Maryland, out in Baltimore, and I tapped into that community. So we have 2 of the poets from there who are coming tonight. No, actually 3 of the poets from there that are coming tonight, as well as poets who are returning because they love it there. It's fun at Prenoya Poetry. It really is. You can get shit off your chest. You can just release. You can say, just get it out. And you can inspire other people with your journey. That's the whole thing about Prenoya, is to teach and to inspire. So Prenoya Starseed Podcast is the name of the podcast. We are currently in season 6, and this season is focused on the rebirth or the re-education of Goddess Ra'el, as well as remembering the times. So it's about us returning to who we are and remembering who we are. And you can just tap in really at least 2 to 3 times a week. We are live with numerology. As you saw, Nick is the math metaphysician over there. We got human design with Claudia over there. We got sound frequency healing with Mahatma Starseed. We have self-mastery with Smart Video Girl. We have, again, story alchemy with Knowledge Born Allah. And we have the Rose Corner with King Adonis. Yes, I feel like I'm trying to remember all my kids now. You know how you go, how old is you again?
Come here, boy. What's your name? Sit down. Stand up.
You know who I'm
Go to bed. Wake up.
Yes, but it's been beautiful. Prenoya is expanding, and so next season will be season 7, and we are ending this season in November. And this is the longest running season. It's so crazy because the season before that got chopped. Like I only did like 2 months, and then some craziness happened and I was gone. And then I came back and Divine was like, not again, never again. And so we've been hitting the gas ever since. And the Starseeds have been dedicated. I will say they have been extremely dedicated, and I love it. And if you ever watch Prenoya, you'll notice how we're in synchronicity. You'll watch one show and we will not talk about it, but the next show will wrap into the previous show. And so the lessons are truly divinely sent to us. And you can see that. If you come over, you feel it. Most people send me messages and they say, I don't know what it is about this space, but it feels so sacred. And it is. It is. It's truly for Starseed. So if you are Starseed, that is the place for you.
Goddess Ra'el, thank you for your love. Thank you for your time. You got any closing remarks? I don't want to say shout outs because you'll be here for 30 minutes.
Yeah, shout out all the Starseed.
And be hoping, you ain't forget nobody. But
right.
Closing remarks and where to find you one more time.
Yeah, so you can find me at Prenoya, Pronoia, Starseed Podcast on all platforms. And we will be live tonight around 9:30 p.m.-ish. I'm about to get ready now for the show. I got a lot to do. So I'll be sending out that information. I'll be putting out another call. If you follow me on Instagram, I usually put out a reel about the upcoming shows. I'll send it to you. So follow me on Instagram as well. But yes, that's where you can find me on all platforms, Prenoya Starseed Podcast. I am Goddess Ra'el, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
I don't want you to leave before you remember that you was on Jazzy platform with Che
Yes,
I
was.
In the midst of all the hooligans up there. You understand what I'm saying? In the midst of the hooligans.
He was the coolest of the hooligans. I'm just Nah,
There
shout
you
out
go.
to Jay Black. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
I've seen you a couple of times also on Do the Knowledge Radio. I'll pop in. I do. I'll pop in a lot of times. I'll see you guys live.
I got to connect y'all together so y'all could collab and do some things. You know, I think y'all would be great with one
Absolutely.
another. So,
absolutely, that's definitely peace. Definitely, yeah, I definitely remember that. That was fun. It was frustrating, but it was fun. I felt like, damn, I got to go against the brothers, man. Damn.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. I felt like it tapped into so much. And then I had Dr. Barry back on my platform recently. And then now Kima Aline, she will be on my platform coming up talking about her book as well. So that, again, shout out to you.
Kalima. You talking about Kalima?
Yes, Kalima.
Yeah, Kalima Overton. Yeah, good people.
Yep. And I also referred her over to the Unread podcast for her book because I think that would be a dope book to share on Unread. So
Dr.
again,
Barry's been on everybody else's platform. I feel some kind of way, Dr. Barry. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Barry on everybody else's platform, all in the videos. You know what I'm saying? All in the video. It's all good. My bad.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, thank you for your time. And I know you got to go. I got to go too. We got ish to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So thank you again. And I will see you later on.
Yes, you will. Peace. Have a good night. Peace, Shay Black.
Peace. Peace. I'm telling you, it's been one of these days. You heard? One of these days out here. So we'll play this final drop that I got. I had a couple in here. The drop's been crazy, and the guest's been crazy too. You know, popping in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when people love you, they show up for you. You understand what I'm saying? Get the Philly John up in here, okay? Undomesticated John. Naya in the building. Make sure y'all go to her channel. Whenever they make their resurgence. If not, just go check the archives. The Undomesticated John was one of my Johns. Okay? Shout out to the Philly family. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to the Philly family. Mad love. Libras in the building, okay? Balancing the scales. Let me play this joint from Niru the 4 Fuji. And come back to you, Che, for your final remarks and get up out of here for somebody else try to show up. I got ish to do. You know what I mean?
Nah, I got stuff to do too, man. I'm trying to get this episode done, man. I was trying to get a little bit of editing doing to me back, you know, while y'all was doing y'all thing.
Yeah.
But I might need a nap now. But man, but nah, it's just a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back. We was here last year. So to be back this year and just look forward to what this year brings to next year, you know. You know, because I look forward to being back, but I don't look forward to being here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my final thoughts.
Yo, thank you for H-Rap Brown's video. It means more now than it ever did. You know what I'm saying? I was with the fam, you know, when got the news of his, you know, transition type situation. You know what I mean? Called Mike. Shout out to the General Mike Chambers. That was something. that was a crazy little turn of events that happened in that moment. You know what I mean? So thank you for immortalizing the immortal one, because ain't no death for a martyr. You understand what I'm saying? From Allah we come, to Allah we return. So for him, in the state that he transitioned in, he's immortal. He's forever. So thank you for immortalizing him from a visual perspective and showing all of the angles to narrate visually what Mike was doing lyrically, man. Dope.
Absolutely. I was glad to be able to get that done. You know, and it got done, I believe, shortly before the transition. Shortly before the elder transition.
Word. I'm gonna play these last couple of joints and I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
Royal priestess Neva for Fuji, and I wanted to send a happy anniversary to Do the Knowledge Radio as well as Knowledge Born. He's been doing some amazing things in the community. Definitely a pillar. He's been taught underneath all of the greats of the greats. Continue to keep blessing people and spreading the knowledge, spreading the word. Shout out to Royal Priesthood. Shout out to Wu-Tang. Do the Knowledge Radio, Knowledge Born, Killer Priest. Y'all know what's going on. Much love.
It's the Mark of Booty.
Shit. Nah. Love the Royal Priesthood. Mark of Buddha. Sekou the Madman. Killer Priest. Fourth Chambers, Full Fuji. This beat sound like something I wear. You dig? Yo, hold on my people, why you walking around like you equal? They wrote you in as 3/5. What we gonna do about this? Talk too much, you end up like Jimi Hendrix in 27 Club. You want that knowledge? Well, I'm the plug. Knowledge itself is the drug. And I keep dropping the nugs. Culture pushing, wisdom spitting. Pimping simpletons into listening. Y'all know why you spewing fiction. I can feel the tensions in your intentions. I wonder if that's Johnson heaven. If God is white, why he write that bronze was the sun? They give us reparations, that's when the apocalypse begun. Yeah. Red rhyme, okay. Yeah. Red rhyme, better rhyme. Grab your guns, daughters and sons. Wasn't long ago when they had his hung. Blood on the leaves, frontal crumbled in between. Exhale for my ancestors that prevailed. We inhale, so we inhale, dodging death every day. Just happy I'm here to tell the tale. Meanwhile, y'all with the pigs and them tattletales. I'ma just be a scientist if it all fails. Mixing chemicals like a cocktail. My tree smell like it's from the tropical. So not for sale, never settle. Follow the tears on the trail. Nah.
That whole African American thing is to omit. You see, the indigenous black man of this particular land, when we brought the African American term, we cut out all of the Caribbean, all of South America, all of Latin America. And this is another way to reclassify you, you see what I'm saying, outside of power.
We got blacks, whites, brown and yellow. We got red, those with dreads found from the ghetto. We got bullet-led and misled, the smile of the devil. On the face of the moon, heart pound like a rebel. Hear the sound of the metal, war in Iraq. 6 feet underground with the shovel, all over the map. The Bible said signs of the time. The Torah said that's your God, not mine. The Holy Quran says it's all Allah designed. The Buddhist says let's meet at the shrine. Thou shalt not eat of the swine. That you is the cut, sure as blue as the blood. Killer priests in the temple, Nehru is the love.
That's a political move that was put in by the government to break you down to this subclass, you see, and not be a world community. So to call you an African American is to disconnect you from that global community and that great diaspora that we were talking about. So that's a political move. Yes, come on. The average Native American was this brother's complexion at the turn of the century. Now when you say Native American, it's some white person with a feather in his hair.
So I appreciate everybody coming through today. My brother Jay Black, of course, holding it up like he always does with me. Black Dot coming through on the cameo. Grandpa Dot in the building. Goddess Rael coming in with the divine feminine energy. My wartime general, General King Samir Shabazz. I heard me speak about him and play some of the references and nothing like getting it live and uncut. You understand what I'm saying? So the Black Survival Program and all of the initiatives that we were doing over the years, I get a chance to get a little snapshot of what that was and what it feels like, right? So there. And Do Knowledge Radio after the Cypherversary, this Knowledge Versary. We are now the home of the voice of the voiceful. So the requirement is a space of abundance. We're not dealing with scarcity, lack, or any of these other fear mongering tactics on any level. So if your voice is full and you have an offering for the planet as a black person, we have a platform for you. You know, the audacious goal to tell 1 million black stories from around the globe is still intact and in place. We have the ebook series still. Let me put that up real quick. Give me 1 second. Still have the sale going on. You can get all 13 of the ebooks for $50 or $50. Shout out to Philly. You can get it. You can gift it to somebody. You can gift it to a couple of people. You know, the investment in the future of black literacy, what we want to build and show and prove tomorrow. The foundation is here today. So we want to get these books to share with the family, to gift them, to give them out. We can do so till September 1st. And then I'm not sure. Black Reading Month is September, so we might still do something discounted price for that. But they're normally priced, regularly priced at $150, but we have them on sale for the summer sale, August 31st, you know, September 1st. But you can get it Cash App, PayPal, Cash App, $ Knowledge Born Aloud, PayPal.me/Do the Knowledge Radio. And if you want to support the expansion, the growth of Do the Knowledge Radio, you can do so here. See Cash App, $ Knowledge Born Aloud, PayPal.me/Do the Knowledge Radio. So show that one more time and show one of the volumes real quick before we wrap it up. Gotta get rid of that. 1 second.
Hey, it's your mother. I'm just calling, checking to see if you got home safe, son. Give me a call so I won't worry. Love you. Bye.
I woke up out of a good night's sleep and slipped right into a daydream that made.
So we got volume 2 right here. Let me go to 1 second. 13 volumes in all. We got volumes 1 through 9, Voices of the Diaspora, and 4 standalone volumes here. Go to volume 1. The Entrepreneurial Volume, Knowledge is the Foundation of All Things in Existence. So volume 1 is a comprehensive guide for the entrepreneur in you. Just go through a couple of pages for you to be able to see case studies for those among us who have that entrepreneurial spirit. It's my solemn belief that everybody should have an additional business indiscriminate to where you are in your station as far as having a place of employment, an additional stream of income, and that requires for you to build a proper entrepreneurial mindset. So volume 1 is dedicated comprehensively to sharing case studies of black entrepreneurs from around the globe. Action steps, reflective questions, chapter overviews, quotes, everything you could possibly think of. And this is just one of 13 volumes. that is tailored design and custom to you. So you can look at the profiles of Black entrepreneurs throughout time, past and present, and look at the challenges. Look at, every aspect that they had to deal with from that perspective, even giving a little of my perspective on each personally. So if you're listening to that sound, that's the sound of pages turning. So, these wheels should be turning in your head in regards to what it is. And if you want to decide what you are looking to be in the future, the future belongs to those who prepare for it. So how are you preparing your sight to catch up with your vision? And what do you envision in your mind? What do you envision for your future? What do you envision for your legacy? It doesn't come with ease. It comes with challenge to prepare you to be more apt to be able to deal with the successes that come with life. So all of these things right here dedicated. So when you invest, this $50 for the next couple of days or so, and you tap in, this is what you receive. 13 books tailor-made on different aspects of Black life and how to properly build a Black future. So you're looking to get it, PayPal.me/Do the Knowledge Radio, Cash App $ Knowledge Born Alive. So deal with that in the future. I want to thank everybody who tuned in throughout this time, and see you on the next one. Peace.
Knowledge born. What's the science, baby?
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African.
In the 1970s, as he served a prison sentence for armed robbery, H. Rap Brown became a Muslim and changed his name to Jamil Al-Amin. On March 16, 2000, at 10 o'clock at night, Fulton County Sheriff deputies served a warrant for Al-Amin, a missed court date on a traffic charge. A man who pulled up in a Mercedes near Al-Amin's house opened fire, killing Deputy Ricky Kinch. Authorities found Al-Amin.
Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, known as SNCC, formulated in the 60s. The height of civil rights erupt in the city streets. No justice, just fighting for the liberty. Arrested for riots, but not before you heard the cry. Violence is American as cherry pie. Serving as minister of justice before the Panther Partnership end in abruptness. Organizing against racial attacks. Armed self-defense for a nation of blacks. With presidents he sat. Enforced potent gas. Organized registered voting acts. The young and passionate often will become activists. Killed by guns of savages. Far from pacifists. Clashing with racist nationalists. Government run by capitalists. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Wanted and taunted by the FBI. Brown shot by a deputy and left to die. No answer needed, no question why. Just to survive, decided it was best he hide. OT, lay low obviously. Regroup and retroop possibly. A year later, shootout with NYPD. Arrested, convicted, attempted robbery. Upstate in Attica for 5 years. Guess the time helped get his mind clear. Reset the revolutionary pioneer. Came home strong with refined ideas. Converted to Islam on his deen. H. Brown, not Imam Jamil Al-Amin. Moved to Atlanta, new on the scene. Opened the grocery store, got the community clean. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. A decade later, the year is 2K. Serving a warrant for failure to appear to his case. Supposedly deputies leaving his place. He was headed home, they meet him face to face. 2 cops shot, one was dead. From the hospital bed, mumbled and said, Jamil Al-Amin, the gunman alleged. Captured in Alabama on the run, he fled. Still in possession of the murder weapon. Body armor dressing for further protection. No alibi, whereabouts, words in question. Charged and convicted, no heard confessions. Sentence, life, no parole. 24 hours locked tight in a hole. 20 years later, hoping the fight will turn old. Light barrels keep fire burning in they soul. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown. Cool cat, black shades, afro crown. Calm and collected, speaking that profound. Vanguard, front line, and one back down. Pause that poetic, H-Rap Brown.